Just
Give it a
waiting
few
to...
seconds.
Yeah, just waiting to make sure that Twitch goes live. It should, it better.
Righty then.
I'll just refresh the page real quick to make sure it goes live. Well, I'm streaming. Okay, yeah, there it goes. Alright, perfect. We're live.
Right.
Okay.
Time to slug down a smoothie. Introduce yourselves while I chug.
Hello, everybody. I'm Armored Hunter, and I are sick. So if I'm quiet or not making much sense, that'd be why. I have taken drugs, though.
Oh boy.
Drugs. No, that's some good kinky.
Okay, then.
I'll
Next.
explain later.
I think I'm next in the order.
Yeah. Because cake.
Listen.
Hi everybody. I'm Danny Voop. I'm both glad and nervous that we're back. There's still some stuff going on in the background of things, but you don't need to know all that. You just need to know we are back with D&D.
At least for now. We're doing a little thing.
Yeah, we're at least gonna do this, and then we'll see if we're gonna pick back up, or if this is just a reprieve from hiatus. We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
Fauzi, I play Fauzi.
As good as any.
Yeah, I am Mathoja. I am tired.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
sleepy boy.
I'll be right back because I have to go uncork a wine bottle.
Okay then.
Mama getting cronk.
Oh no.
Hello, I'm Andy. Usually I'm at the top of this order, but I decided to put cake in my name, so I am at the bottom. Play Cat the Drakenfell. Usually the very anxious and very tiny bard. He is baby. The babiest of babies.
And as he's just said, the DM had to run off to go open up a wine bottle, so we're just gonna have to wait till DM comes back.
But just for context, we're not picking up where we left off last time. So the whole dramatic showdown, question mark, could also be absolute slaughter. We have no idea. Is not going to be concluded today. In this case, we're doing something else in the spirit of the spook season.
Okay, Twitter's not letting me tweet it, so we're just not gonna worry about it. Sorry.
I would try to do my patent which left, but like I also don't want to hurt my I just got it back yesterday.
Ba 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 da 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 da.
Do you guys have plans for Halloween?
Being locked up in my house and stuffed myself full of Halloween candy because I've got no one to give it to.
Potentially killing Strahd. Maybe. But
As far as I know, Trick or Treat's still on in my area, and I have come up with a system to be able to still pass out candy while being socially distanced. It's totally stealing the idea from Tara of Radio Dead Air's new show, What the Fuck is Wrong with You?
Many things.
Is it in the vein of a tube?
Yes, actually. We're basically going to set up a table and have these tubes set up that say place bag here for treat. And we're going to drop a little treat bag down it to slide down, and if we can get it to work out well to account for like chocolate and peanut butter allergies, we're going to have lunch pack size bags of Cheetos as well to hand out.
Oh, sweet. That's cool. I still have yet to figure out a way if I'm handing out candy this year and how, because I don't have much room on my porch. So I was thinking of possibly borrowing my granddad's grabber. And using that.
I got the feeling that if I took the time to actually order it, I would do Halloween in a plague doctor mask, and then hand out little baggies of candy using swords.
If I was brave enough, I'd try to do PVC piping. And just kind of be up in my mom's room, which
Sorry
is
about
like
that.
on the roof, or like towards the roof, and then I could just like drop the candy down, and then it just kind of goes down through the tube.
Don't know if they make them anymore.
Also, I'm doing witch shit on Halloween.
I'm not sure if they make them anymore, but I remember being able to buy those extendo hands that made you look like you had a skeleton hand that grabbed stuff.
Those aren't that hard to make.
Wait, are you saying that your normal hands aren't skeleton hands?
I mean, they extended your reach.
Also,
Yeah.
no, Failsy have sexy demon hands.
Anyway,
Just looking for another person with skeleton hands. God damn it.
here's skeleton hands. Shut up.
Everyone has skeleton hands with enough acid.
Accurate.
But we
Anyways.
have to have the DM introduce himself.
Or if you're really good with a knife.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ash. I'm having myself a nice tall glass of kinky.
Okay.
Still have questions about that.
Kinky,
Anyways,
Kinky is a branded liqueur. This one in particular is a green tempting fusion of crisp green apple and pear. The brand is called Kinky.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I
It's
just
like
yeah,
you can
just-
have yourself a nice tall glass of pussy.
nice.
Or can always enjoy a can of balls.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It does remind me of the fact that I also got Midori. And that's okay. It's not as good as I was hoping it might be, being a melon liqueur.
I want to try that next time I come over, please.
I will have to unfreeze it.
That's fine.
I did not realize it would freeze.
Yeah, Midori's one of those weird ones that will freeze.
It does not have a high enough alcohol content.
It's just barely it's mostly there for color and flavor and mixed drinks, like the Dugarita.
Yes. Do the do.
Yes, mix Mountain Dew and tequila together. What a great idea.
Sounds terrible, and it
Just never make sure to represent your downers.
Mountain Dew and tequila.
Uh,
Alright.
That's
That-
like a terrible.
that's
idea.
just what Four Loco is.
That is basically what Four Loko. Well, no, Four Loko isn't like Mountain Dew. Four Loko is like a green apple, like, drink.
It's like a Red Bull, a green apple flavored Red Bull mixed with malt liquor.
More like vodka, but yeah. Anyways. So, hello everyone. I'm Jim, or Ash, whatever you want to call me. Someone's not in the fucking game.
It was me.
No, you're in the
Uh,
game. Andy's not in the game.
Uh,
Neither is Failsy.
It wasn't me.
Roll20's
I-
having connection issues.
I was having it.
Okay.
Turned out I was having connection issues because I'm like, I have my page loaded.
Reset mine. See if that
Good.
works.
It looks like it's working. But alright then. I said I wasn't going to do a recap, and that's because we pick back up in the exact moment the last session left off. You all standing on that long, overstretching walkway with Arya before you, Sonata still being held by her, this massive entity walking up behind you. But something's weird. Nothing but you all are moving.
Nice.
What? Am I not good enough for you to acknowledge? Answer me!
Ilzy.
This ain't right.
I can't see what's going on. All I can see is this terrifying thing coming up behind us, and it's not moving.
Yeah, Kenta, you're just stuck looking at this thing as it stopped mid-step.
Yeah, everything's frozen. Da Vinci's just going to try to slowly walk up towards towards Arya.
You manage to take a few steps forward before you have this strange sensation like you shouldn't. And you start to see a mist creeping along the walkway around you all.
What?
What's going on?
What's going on?
The mass, there's this fog-like mist sort of starting to pour out of the chasm below you.
Guys, do you think some god is taking mercy on us?
I wouldn't call it mercy.
Who the
What?
fuck is
What's
that?
Not again,
God.
not again, not again.
Damn it.
What is that?
Bastard.
What is going on?
Oh, it's good to see you all remember me.
This is the third fucking time.
Oi, can you just piss off for the next 20 minutes while I beat the shit out of this woman?
Oh, no.
I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again.
Oh, don't worry, you won't. I never do the same thing twice. That would get old quick.
Alright, Game
Who
Master,
is
just cut the
this?
shit. What's up?
Game Master! What the fuck?
He took us last time.
Well, your friend seems knowledgeable, so why don't you fill them in?
Remember,
Tell them of my tales. Tell them how wonderful of a host I am.
remember when we got stolen away and I had to go? I had to look at that thing that was an amalgamation of people like me.
Oh, that one night where you just all woke up, started screaming.
Yeah, and
We
then,
had a
I mean-
lovely time.
no, he
I
didn't.
mean, I gotta.
I had a lovely time.
That was like 2 weeks ago. Don't you have anyone else to mess with?
No, honestly, you all are the most interesting right now.
I want to be. I want to go home. I want to go to my mommy.
At least the most interesting I can get my fingers on.
I don't have fingers.
That's what you think.
I don't want to think about that.
Smart man.
So, what is going on here?
We're gonna have fun, aren't we?
It's very simple. I decided I'd be a bit more proactive in my enunciations and introductions this time, because I kind of did blindside you all the last time. That was rude of me. I'm very sorry.
No, you're not.
I actually am. Otherwise, I would have done it again and not even batted an eye. Not that I have those either.
Can you just get to the point of where you're gonna throw us?
Well, first, here's the why. Or rather, the what you might receive. I've noticed you all are in a bit of a pickle right now.
Understatement of
yeah.
the century.
Really?
I've got her exactly where I want her.
I'm sure you do. But as it were, you seem to be a little bit between a rock and a hard place. It's your decision on which one's which. But I guess you could go literally in that she's the rock and then he's the hard place.
Oh, ha ha.
Anyways, it's very simple. I want to have some fun from my own perspective of the flow of time. A certain time of year has come back around. I only get to do this around this time unless I'm making other plans and arrangements.
What are you talking about? So,
It's not
according to them,
important.
It's just around my birthday. I don't see what's so special about it around here.
I guess this time period's actually overlapping for a change. Anyways. Still. Simply put, I want to play a game. I want you all to participate in that game. And if you win in said game, I'll help you out. How's that
What?
sound?
What's the rules of the game?
Well, you'll get to know that once you agree. Not that you get a choice in the matter. You're playing whether you want to or not.
define help.
Well, due to my nature of existence, I know how these events have a chance of playing out, and I'll just say that you all won't be happy with the results as they currently stand. Something would happen that would leave you all in quite a sorry state.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So you're offering to help.
I'm offering to tilt the tides of fate, as it were, because that is my domain.
I guess a child of Magisteria is at least good to help in some regards.
A child of Magisteria, an aspect of it. A bit more than that. But anyways,
I still don't know how to refer to you. You're a mask.
you actually don't see anything talking to you.
Kenta remembers the last time she saw Game Master.
Oh, that's fair. Having to remember who has and hasn't seen him.
At least you're sounding a bit more complete than Magisteria.
Dear old Momsy's only incomplete because of some other people deciding they want to fuck the world. But that's not my business. If anything, I enjoy that. I love chaos, you see.
I mean,
Clearly.
if it's gonna give us at least a little bit of a leg up, I'd rather take it than.
Any help is welcome at this point, yeah.
What happens if we lose, though?
Nothing. I just don't alter the course of events that can play out here. You absolutely lose nothing. I have everything to gain by getting some entertainment and fucking with people. And you have something to win if you do.
You get to take something with us this time?
We'll see if I'm feeling generous. I've already offered you the reward. But if you do well and I decide that you've been entertaining enough, I might decide to give you something more.
Well,
Kenta's gonna try to fiercely tuck her tusk tooth necklace into her under her shirt.
might as well do it. We don't really have much of a reason not to, I guess.
You also don't have a
also
choice.
don't have a choice.
I'm assuming then, since you're meddling in this way, then the situation we were in before you decided to show up is just going to be paused with no ill effects.
Oh no, I'll bring you back to this exact moment as if nothing happened. Even he'll be shoved back where he was standing, because if he suddenly blinks forward a couple of feet, that would be very suspect.
Yeah, I
I
guess
still
that
have to
makes
face
sense.
that nasty creature as it's coming out of the darkness.
What nasty creature? Oh,
Big guy!
Yeah, he just looked behind and see this. At this point, as it was stepping towards you, due to the enlarged size of this chamber, it was slowly getting bigger with each step. So it's probably about the size of the regalia, if not a little bit bigger than it now.
Oh, this creature is almost like eye level with Kenta.
why were you
Yep.
going to tell me that was there?
That doesn't matter right now. Let's just move on.
I will admit, her terrified screams are adding to the entertainment factor.
I'm glad I'm entertaining somehow.
So, is everyone ready?
No.
Perfect! The mist starts creeping up around all of you until you can no longer see.
Just as soon as it starts from so close as I was just, god damn it.
Kenta's whimpering and holding onto her necklace.
Alrighty then. It takes a couple of moments, but you all are completely and individually surrounded in this mist until such a point that you can't even see the person who was standing right next to you. But after a couple of seconds, you feel it dissipate, though you're still unable to see. Though you hear the sounds of woodland around you.
Wood.
And it's the most bizarre thing. Even those of you with dark vision can't see.
Ah,
Hell
who's
is
turned up the
this?
sun?
Can we see the others around us?
Nope.
Guys?
Can we hear the others around us?
As they start talking, you can. You're fairly close to each other.
I'm gonna start feeling around and feeling the head to feel where Brimstone is.
Whoa.
Eh.
A set of torches suddenly ignites around you all. And something that is immediately present to everyone here, none of you are in your normal outfits.
No.
You notice that... Actually, you know what? Who wants to go first to get theirs explained?
Me. I would.
Alright. Keta seems very adamant.
Well, Andy.
So,
I don't know if Kenta's very happy.
well, Andy's the relevant one here.
Fair.
I have to find that image you show me so I can describe that stupid looking outfit.
With the wig and all.
Did you direct message that to me?
I think I did.
Let me find it. I don't think you did.
Okay. Fuck.
I gotta find references. I forgot to pull those up. Yeah, if you guys are missing anything on these sheets that you know of, just go ahead and put it in. I can't catch everything.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you in a moment as it's downloading on my phone.
Yeah, there's a few things missing, but it really does not matter in my case.
Yeah, there's a costume.
Thank you. So immediately, all of you look over to the loudest source of sound, being Keta, and just notice that she's wearing an exceedingly ill-fitted, what looks like it's supposed to be leather armor, though it looks fake. Like it's leather, but the shine on it is so unrealistically polished. It's like if someone just decided that, you know what, I want this piece of leather to be a mirror.
Oh my goodness, it's a cheap, shitty plastic piece that's designed to look like a knockoff leather piece.
Yep.
I have
It's
to
just-
refresh. Roll20's acting funny, sorry.
Gotcha. But immediately you notice that the fact that she's also wearing is that green?
It's green. Green.
Okay. I don't know.
It's okay. Fuck, I forgot. I forgot immediately as I fucking saw. I was like, fuck.
I was just like, that robe, that cape is probably green. It's then just this very vibrant green, like brokering on like an emerald, but a little bit too shiny of an emerald green. These really tall, again, very ill-fitted leather boots. And the other thing you immediately notice is that she has this really long, silver-haired, like, it looks like her hair has been replaced with, like, long, silver, straight hair. And then you realize it's just a wig because her horns aren't letting it fit properly on her head.
The nubs.
It's like the hair is floating a half inch off the top of her head.
No, it's a full inch at this point because I remember her horns.
Oh yeah, full inch. Yeah, so the hair is floating a full inch off the top of her head.
This feels weird.
You haven't realized
looks
it yet. It's everyone looking at you that realizes it.
So funny.
Keta, you, you look, you look like someone dressed up as their favorite adult hero.
She kind of looked down at herself.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
You look like a shitty version of an elf.
Does it have like? Is it to like ill-fitting to the point like Keta's hands aren't even poking out of the sleeves?
It's like the ends of your fingers are, but not like the backs of your hands.
You look like you're trying to wear your dad's elf outfit.
Oh yeah, she
I don't
also
wanna-
does have like these things attached to the ends of her ears that are making them extend unrealistically, but they don't match her skin tone. Like her skin's kind of like pink colored, and they're like a tan brown color.
I don't want to think about Redemption dressing like an elf.
What are these things on my ears?
You can't take them off, which is the weird thing.
Yeah, she gives like a tug. Like ow, ow.
It doesn't feel like they're fused to your ears; it just feels like they're glued to your ears.
Alright.
And because he was talking so much, and on the map he's standing next to Keta, you all also then immediately notice Dravinche, as he is now speaking. He doesn't actually look too different than you remember him. He's still wearing what appear to be beggar's clothes, though they're not the same type. Like, he was previously, like, really hamming up the beggar appearance. But this time, it's like... It looks like at one point they were really nice, like, almost religious vestments that have just been shoved into the dirt and muck so many times, and, like, through bushes and crap like that, that they've just been stained brown beyond recognition and tattered. And he has, like, this bandolier and belt of gourds attached to him.
He's
Look at you, Dravinche. You look so stupid.
What are you talking about? I'm just wearing my normal hobo outfit, and he just holds out his hand, notices that his bling's gone. Where'd my focus go? Where'd my jewelry go?
In its place,
Why do I have gourds?
You are wearing, like, simple, like, chakram beads around your wrist and stuff.
Oh,
Where
this
did
is-
my focus go? That took so long and so much effort to make. Where did it go?
You look like you rolled out of the gutter next to a church.
I mean, isn't that the point of having a disguise like this?
She kind of kept
At least I
and
look-
like sniff him to see if he smells as bad as like he looks.
He smells like old booze and dirt.
Oh God, Dravinche, when was the last time you bathed? You smell terrible.
It's at this point, Dravinche, you actually start getting the waft from your own outfit.
You're right. I need.
Yeah.
I do need a watch.
Where is
I'm
everyone
not-
else?
Hmm.
I feel ridiculous.
I look over at
Morrigan.
Morrigan.
Beauregard, you have the right to feel ridiculous, because you are wearing a stereotypical sexy rogue outfit. It's very much too revealing,
Even for her.
even for her. It's like, spandex does not actually exist in this world setting, to be honest. But you're basically wearing spandex. It's like very huggy.
I don't mind
mean-
showing off, but this is way too fucking much.
You look hot.
I mean,
What's
that's not a bad
the
look for you.
point?
Hey, Morgan, want to swap?
Yes, look, you all then turn and look at Failsy.
Yes, you all turn and look at Failsy, who, in stark contrast to Morrigan, who is far too revealing, this is the most covered you've ever seen Failsy.
Oh no.
She's like in full, like, exceedingly too shiny chainmail armor. Like, it doesn't even really look like it's like polished iron even. It might be polished steel, but it also is like it looks thinner than it should be.
Well, Failsy, I didn't think you had the makings to be a knight in shining armor.
I mean, I think to me, I might like being saved for once.
You also have a helmet on, Failsy, that you don't know how to take off because it's slightly affixed around your horns.
Yeah.
So she's like slightly echoing.
Well, if you can like lift the faceplate of it, but you can't take the helmet off.
Brimstone.
Mm.
And then you look at Brimstone, who is just in a Gandalf costume. he has a beard and everything.
Oh my goodness, Brimstone with a beard. I never thought I'd see the day. Especially one that long. That just starts measuring it.
Oh no! I wish I could stop.
It's like a good 3 foot long, super dense beard.
Oh, you look like Granddad. You look like Granddad with the beard.
Help!
Lady?
It's my turn.
And then you all turn over and just see what looks like a suit of armor, but ever so slightly T-posing.
Can I reach up and like try to lift the visor?
You like lift the visor and Lee's beard just out of it.
I think that's my boyfriend.
Hello.
Can you put your arms down?
I can't put my arms down.
Have you tried?
You just hear this like metal creaking sound as he does.
I try to help him.
I think that armor itself is a size or two too small. But where are we? Are we in some
Wait,
like
why are
dark
you-
corner of the Blossom Kingdom?
Why
I
are you
don't-
here?
I don't know. I was in the kitchen, and now I'm here.
Can't you do your normal thing and bust out of this out of that?
I've tried. I can't. It
If you-
refuses.
Can you even walk?
It's
Oh,
like
no.
very mechanical, just like like every sound is just groaning metal.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's too funny.
I hate everything right now.
Well, one thing I can say for a host, they definitely have a sense of humor.
Game Master often does.
You guys just hear a boop as Da Vinci's opened one of the gourds and starts sniffing it.
You roll a d8 for me.
Keta try to like cuff her pants and like sleeves so she can move.
You don't have to cuff the pants because they're inside the boots.
They're just bunched up around her ankles.
Yeah. It's like the pants' crotch is lower than it should be.
Well, then I'll be hiking them up like an old man, like up to my fucking chest.
Pretty much. 2. You uncork one. It has a very strong smell of like distilled grain spirits. Doesn't smell good, but it smells like it would get you drunk very quickly.
Just takes a quick sip of it. Oh, that's
Smells
the
and
stuff that
tastes
you...
a bit. Yeah, smells and tastes a bit like paint thinner.
Oh, that's the stuff that you have when you don't want to remember the night. Corks it.
Why did you try to drink some mysterious liquid given to you by some entity you don't know?
Because I would assume that he wouldn't give us poison.
You have much faith in Game Master.
Speaking of weird things that are
And
drunk,
also it smells like alcohol, so it... I would imagine that if it smells like alcohol, it's not going to be poisonous. Especially as much as this smells.
You don't think poison could survive.
Yeah, basically.
Or it's just that you just couldn't detect the poison and you died later, and be unsure if it was just because you were drinking that amount of alcohol, or because of the poison. More lights suddenly lit up behind you all as you were talking.
Turn around, see if there's a mask floating.
You don't see a
Again.
mask.
Where are we? Are we in some like lost part in the middle of the Blossom Kingdom, in the
I know.
deepest parts of the forest?
You appear to be in a ruined castle that is sitting on a old hilltop.
So are we gonna get the rules now?
I think the rule is currently just follow the path.
Alright. Let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna push. Ket is gonna stand behind Lee and kind of like help guide him.
I think I'm good. I could walk.
Are you
I'm
sure?
I've worn some fucking ridiculous things in my life. I'll be glad to get this over with and get out of whatever the fuck it is I have to wear right now.
As Da Vinci walks past Morrigan, he gives her a smack on the butt.
Aye!
Oh god, this thing's heavy.
Maybe you should keep that outfit.
Now is not the time to be like that, Da Vinci.
I would have to agree, now's not the time for that.
Yes, while Lee does look very handsome in armor, I'm not going to tell him to keep the armor.
Hey,
Please
this isn't
no.
exactly the best situation for us to be in, so try to have at least some humor to lighten the
God.
situation.
That's completely fair. Oh, Roll20 is laggy
Yeah,
for
try to-
me.
This is a large map.
Yeah, it's probably
That's
sizable
probably
map.
going to be an issue on both of these now that I think about
The
it.
size of the map,
I reduced
and
it-
also dynamic
I
lighting,
re-
if that's a thing.
Yeah, this is dynamic lighting.
Yeah.
I reduced the grid size so I could make the map smaller. But it didn't help that much.
Da Vinci, try to keep that humor up when you're getting chased by a giant blood monster.
Well, we're not being chased by one right now, so I'm going to try to have as much humor as I can.
Yet.
Better than
We
that
weren't-
to...
We weren't chased right away.
Let's just get through this and see if we can win at this game and see whatever advantage that, whatever boon that grants us for the situation we were pulled from.
That's the spirit.
Uh,
Oh! Wow, that's a big mask.
Good game, Master.
Yeah, you just see this giant floating mask just hovering on this dais overlooking a deep valley around what once was, as far as you can gather, a ruined castle.
It's a waves.
A gloved hand appears next to Game Master and waves back at you. And then disappears.
Got an interesting choice in outfits.
It seemed fitting. Wanted to give you all something you could work with, but also something that would fuck with you.
Just the most malevolent glare from Brimstone. No words.
Where did my jewelry go? Where did my
It's still on your
focus go?
body. I didn't bring your bodies with you.
It's our
What?
souls.
Yeah. You're just souls, baby.
Why is my soul a drunkard, apparently?
The drunkard thing is because I'm having fun.
Apparently,
Okay, good.
I mean, if I was
Well,
really
maybe.
my
I
soul,
don't know
I'd
your
be,
life.
If I was really my soul, I'd be a smoke monster.
Yeah, your soul is weird to grab. It's very fuzzy around the edges.
Is there like a hole in the robe for the brand, or is it under it?
It's underneath it.
Okay.
Though slowly that sleeve is starting to catch on fire.
I'm going to burn the rest of this fucking thing when I get out.
You won't get the chance. You're not taking those with you. That's just my attempt at humor. And to let you know that I've decided that for this little game, you're not going to get your normal abilities and your normal fun-having stab-a-tons.
What do you
What?
mean?
What?
Like your magic and your typical stabbing ability. I don't know what you adventurers call it, I just know you stab things.
Uh,
Or bludgeon them, I guess.
And make holes in things.
like,
What
you're
can't
saying
you
that I
do?
can't cast magic?
No! Why would I let you cast magic? You could do that before, that's no fun.
Da Vinci is going to try to cast Shocking Grasp.
It's the most bizarre thing. You go through the motions of attempting to make your shocking grasp happen. The electricity and the energy from that flow through your hand. That slight twist of both wind and fire magic mixing together. And yet nothing comes out.
Okay, so you took my swords and you took away my magic. What am I supposed to do? Just punch things?
Well, that's the interesting thing. I decided that you all would get some different abilities. You'll have to discover them as you play. But I've also decided that I might give you a couple of weapons.
Thank you.
Just a little something to make sure that you're not completely defenseless.
I'm tiny and squishy. I'm always defenseless.
Alright, so whoever wants a weapon first, go ahead and step up to me.
Well, I guess I'll go first.
Oh,
All
good,
right.
good.
Come up here, pretty boy.
I think I need a breather from that walk.
Smells terrible, by the way.
Yeah, why do I stink so much?
I took those clothes off of a drunkard, so that's probably why.
Oh, yeah, that's...
No matter how many times you launder them, they don't ever get rid of that smell.
Oh,
And
joy.
don't worry, all of you, I washed all of them before I gave them to you, at least once.
At least passing over them with prestidigitation would be better than nothing, so washing them's great.
Yeah. I have people for washing things for me. It's wonderful. Alright, so you... You can feel the mask, which is literally just a flat, smiling theater mask, turns towards you. It like circles around Da Vinci. Even at one point, you all get to see the back side of the mask, which is weird because you would expect it to have like something interesting on the back of it, but it's literally just a flat mask.
So really, you can't tell which way he's looking?
It is like a mask where it is domed, so there is a back and a front.
So it's
Okay.
concave on one side, convex on the other.
Yeah, it's a smiling theater mask. That is what it is.
Gotcha.
You're pretty nimble, light on your feet. You have a decent head on your shoulders, even if some of your companions might disagree.
Hi.
Well, thank you. And Chutch.
She knows who I'm talking about. Don't you, Keta? That gloved hand just appears and points at you. You're fun to mess with. Anyways, and you just see that gloved hand snap. I know what you need. The hand reaches through the mouth hole of the mask and seemingly disappears inside it
Oh.
before it pulls out this bizarre-looking weapon. Like, at first glance, when it's pulling it out, you think it's like a black crystal staff of some sort. But as the full size of it pulls out, you realize that it is a It is, in fact, a obsidian trident that, as it is offered to you by this gloved hand, which is about the size of your body, if not a little bit bigger. It has this strange flickering light from inside of it. Here you go. This should be fun to mess with.
You expect me to use this?
I expect you to not want to die. Because after all, the parameters of this game, since I imagine you're all very curious, is that if you die, at least all of you die, you lose. But if at least one of you makes it to the end and defeats the challenge I have presented before you, you win.
Yeah,
I'm
last
guessing
time it-
with the parameters there, if we die, we're just out of the game then.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And don't worry, I'm being kind. If you die, I'll put you back in your body without the memory of your gruesome demise. Your friends will remember it, but you won't.
Kento will look at the others and goes, so it's the same rules as last time then. At least.
Last time didn't have a lose condition like this time. You just lost. In a more permanent way.
Even though I won, I still lost.
Yeah.
In the interest of science, can I keep my memories of death?
Sure, if you want them. I'm not too surprised that you want them.
Yeah,
Grinch is going to walk back down, just like, what the heck does he expect me to do with this? I use it. This...
The weird thing is,
Can I-
Javinche, you've never used this weapon before, but it does feel familiar in the hand.
It feels weird, but somehow his body's working with it.
Yeah.
It's like he's got muscle memory that he never practiced.
Just gonna bound up the steps, and as soon as she gets towards my, just boop it on the face.
Oh, you touch the mask? Alright, time to roll to see if Cat survives.
Oh no! I get to why you do the boop.
Let me get the dice. Roll the D100. Side is Game Master's face.
I'm just joking with you. This time. The mask feels like cold porcelain to the touch.
I was gonna ask, does it feel like the same kind of touch as Failhy's mask?
I mean, in the sense that they're both the same material, though there is...
Yeah.
Failsy's mask does just feel like a porcelain material. There's something about this that feels really weird. Like, your hand touches it, and it doesn't feel quite solid. And as you, like, pull your hand back from poking it, there's, like, a very slight indent from your finger that just immediately just goes back out.
Agent Mysterious. Neat.
So I operate. Anyways, let's get a look at you.
I want to hit some hard.
Let's see, and it floats around you. A little nimble. Bit of a talker, though that's not really going to be relevant this time. I don't want to have you guys talking your way out of my games, after all.
Not gonna stop her from talking.
Oh no, but this time it might be a detriment to you.
Won't stop you from talking too.
She's got you there! Alright, so I think you'll get, the hand goes back inside the mouth.
Kenta saying, great sword, great sword, great sword, great sword.
No, not a great sword, you're too small.
Not.
You're not still. You're not
Sword,
Yeah.
sword, sword.
It starts to protrude from its mouth, something that immediately causes you a great deal of disappointment as you see the end of a bow coming out of its mouth.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
he extrudes a wooden carved short bow that appears to have animal decals carved along its edge and what appear to be still living vines curling around it. The string itself seems to be made out of some form of animal sinew.
Do I get arrows?
It's not a quiver.
It's been a while since
No.
I've done this, but okay.
It's like the bow is being offered to you by the hand, but the quiver is just sitting on the ground near the mask.
Kenta will take the bow and quiver. Alright.
It's warm to the touch and feels strangely familiar in your hands.
It makes sense. All animal themed.
Kenta will bow.
All right, good. Who's next? Who's next? Come get your presents.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Oh, it's every bit as silly as I hoped it would be.
This is
Oh.
heavy.
Yeah, it is.
And rather ironic, making Thalesy the noblest outfit.
Oh
Apart
no,
from
I
me,
think that I was getting ready to say. I think that falls to your orc friend over there, who I've put a shirt on.
He's
You just see steam coming off the armor.
Yeah.
Just how dare you?
How can he even see?
You don't know. All right then, let's see. I definitely made you into something of a fighter. You know what? Your little friend over there inspired me a second ago, but not for her. I'll give it to you. Right? And this long porcelain single-edged greatsword, with the edge itself appearing to be made out of a golden material, just extrudes from the mouth of the mask. There you go. This should be fun for you.
That's actually kind of cool.
What do I do with this?
You swing it really hard at things.
It's the purpose of a sword.
You're swinging out the thing you want dead. Simple as.
This is my first sword.
It's kind of like
You-
casting a spell, but you're up close.
Well, as
Well,
they
we'll
say,
have to-
it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Well,
Except you're not alone.
We'll get you some impromptu training.
You take it in your hands,
Oh.
Feldy, and it's a lot lighter than you were expecting it to be.
Oh,
Like, you still need two hands to properly wield it, but it is freakishly light for its size.
yeah, small miracles. Thought I'd have to drag this and drop this on enemies.
I mean, that's an effective means of assault as well. Alright, get off my pedestal before I kick you off.
Clunk, clunk.
Just falls down the stairs.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just makes the sound of a bag of aluminum cans being dropped down the stairs.
She's then just laying on her back, just like, I don't want to get up.
I can't put my arms down!
So there's 3 of you left. Go get your prize.
I'll go. Just walks up, trying to cover herself as best she can with her arms.
Hello. How are you enjoying yourself? This is your first time meeting me. Just make another token for yourself.
Yeah, try that. It makes a mini me.
Then that's fine. We at least know which one's which. But you don't need it right now. But yes, this is your first time meeting me.
Did you have to put me in the equivalent of battle lingerie?
Did I have to? No. But you were one of the last people I'd got an outfit for, and it was the only one that came to mind.
Fair
Hope
enough.
you don't mind too much.
Wait, who was first?
You.
Fuck you.
I don't have holes for that.
Then it's a good thing I don't really want to.
Good.
From the floor. You have a mouth!
That's what you think. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
good job. So, bit more dexterous. You're definitely more of a talker than anything, aren't you?
She just shrugs.
Fair enough, fair enough. Not too much to play with there, but I think this should suit you. The hand goes into the mouth, and this time it extrudes a very strange-looking short sword. Like, the sword itself is the size and shape of a standard short sword, but it has all these weird interconnecting and interlocked lines all over it. And the handle itself is slightly wider than you'd expect it to be.
Huh.
That should do you well.
It's interesting, at least.
Alrighty then.
And just down she goes. Ah, roll 20's wigging out.
It happened.
Me.
Fly away!
And that leaves Lee and Brimstone.
I
First
don't know if I can go upstairs.
Keta, you might have to help him walk up the stairs.
Brimstone, why don't you go first?
Go Brimstone. Go Brimstone.
Fine.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna give you.
I'm
Man,
also
he
telling
sounds
your
angrier
girl-
than usual.
I'm telling his girlfriend about the costume.
Just as you walk up, just the head just turns.
You think I what?
I feel like at that point, that's when the whole sleeve ignites.
Yeah, as that happens, his sleeve just catches fire.
You might want to put that out.
No.
Alright. Alright then. So, you. I know exactly what I've got for you. As you can probably guess, I've made you into what you hate the most. Or maybe not hate, but something that you definitely don't understand. Know what he retorts, Green Man? I actually don't know if he's there or not.
No, no. Brimstone's just not talking.
Okay. I was not sure if Discord fucked up.
No, I know. Just again, malevolent glare.
Oh, he's so angry. Alright then. The hand goes in the mouth. Digs around for a while longer than it did for the other ones. Oh, okay. And in the hand this time is a old, thick leather-bound book. Had to go to some lengths to find this, but I'm really curious to see what you'll end up doing with it. Just on the book has no title, but on the cover of it, sort of inlaid into the leather itself and framed with old, somewhat tarnished-looking gold, is this large purple gemstone.
If he's going to be using magic, are you going to give him arcane focus as well, or is that something we have to find?
Have fun.
I won't.
I know. Take it.
Can we swap?
No.
No. That is actually something I should mention, is that you can't. These are your outfits for this fine evening of festivities, and your weapons.
Of course, I have to use a spear.
Can you at least take off the ears? I think they're starting to give me a rash.
It's fine. It's only your soul.
Soul rash sounds terrible.
You'll get over it. You turn into a cloud whenever your soul's exposed, so you can't even see a rash then.
Oh, let's get Metal Can up the steps.
How is it to get so drunk then?
Yeah.
Your soul can definitely get drunk. Ask vampires and undead.
Cactus
You
is-
might
I
see
don't
some
think
in
I
here.
want.
God.
Oh no. Kent is gonna start walking Lee up the steps.
That's why they call it spirits, Provenche.
It's a terrible
I'll
joke.
get
I
it.
hate
I'll
that
get
joke.
it. That one's funny. I'll give you one, Failsy. Alright. And bend the knee.
I smack Lily's hand in like a clap.
Yeah.
Did it.
I imagine he's not so much bending the leg, but more just lifting his leg up to the side to the point where it then just barely clears a step, and then pulls the rest of his body up to straighten himself.
No, he's like bending his knee to take the step, and you just hear this terrible metal crunching noise.
You're not gonna be able to sneak around anywhere.
That is uncomfortable just to hear.
I might eventually stretch it out.
You don't exactly stretch out metal.
That's what you think.
I mean, he is a Levani. I would not put it past him to be able to do that to be more comfortable.
All right then. He's a big boy, this one. You know, I thought that armor would actually be the right size for you, but it clearly isn't, and that makes it funnier. All right then. So, big boy. You don't seem like you'd want to hurt anyone, though. You don't seem like a weapon type. I'll give you this. Actually, no, not that.
Give
You
him
know
a pen,
what?
He'll be fine.
No. You know what? I want to watch anyways, and I think this would be hilarious. So the Mask of Game Master actually shrinks down and slaps itself onto Lee's arm. I'll be accompanying you as your shield.
Oh, what the?
I hate it so much.
Well,
That way I can give cast commentary.
well, get to look who's traveling with your boyfriend.
Lee like shakes his arm, shakes it again. I can't get it off.
He's stuck.
Also, I don't know what my
At least I know
don't
Game
know
Ma-
what my hand is in right now, and it's warm.
Ugh.
Is it? Does it feel like meat kind of warm?
I don't have description for this sensation.
Game Master, is his hand inside of you?
Oh, his hand is inside the pocket dimension that exists inside my existence.
Is it gonna get eaten?
Probably not right now.
What?
I guess we just nothing we can do but get moving, right?
Where are we going?
Well, there's a path down. it looks like there's a path down from this hill, so
Oh, don't worry about that. I've got a much more direct route for you. You start hearing like a stone rumbling noise.
oh no.
Oh boy, here we go.
This whole cliff's about to collapse, isn't it?
As where Game Master was floating, a hole just into the ground opens up.
Ah.
I
That
guess a
is-
one-way slide down.
That is somehow infinitely worse.
Yep. Everyone down the me hole.
Please don't do
The
that.
I'm calling
phrasing!
it that. I said exactly what I wanted to. You're going first, big boy. What? Ah! And Leah's just suddenly yanked forwards.
Just by his arm.
After my boyfriend.
Keta, I need something to land on. Push.
Then Dravin Keta leaps. Failsy pushes her, and then as Failsy's leaning over, and right, I don't want you landing on me. So he pushes Failsy down the hole.
Yeah, just very rapidly you hear the persons before you disappear in a screaming nothingness.
Oh, I really don't like this. I really don't like this.
Well, at least this outfit can't get any more dirty. Geronimo!
I'm afraid
Don't
of
touch
getting.
me.
I'm afraid of getting dirt in places I don't want dirt.
I think at this point we're beyond that phase.
What are you put yourself underneath the hole and I can't reach your token now?
Sorry.
It's fine.
Somebody stupid catch me.
Oh,
Would now be a good time to take bio break?
As soon as Brimstone jumps in the hole.
I can't progress the story unless Brimstone gets in the hole.
Brimstone, are you jumping in the hole?
Yes. Just stares down at it and just. I
Alrighty
hate
then.
every part of it.
Alright, let's go ahead and go on bio break as I get the next map set up.
I'm
Alright.
I'm picturing Failsy at one point is just free falling early on in the hole, and then one of her limbs, because she has no control over them, hits the side, and then she starts becoming a starts going into a death spiral.
Clack, 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 clack.
She becomes this metal cannonball flailing down.
Ket is attempting to do like the slide position where like you cross your arms over your chest.
Now I'm also picturing that because Da Vinci has slow fall, he's actually like doing flips and tricks in the tunnel and actually catches Morrigan as she's falling past him.
I mean, it'd be less catching her and more her falling on your head.
Well, yes, but
You know,
Because you can't slow fall with a person.
You know, it's a good thing Keta actually knows how to use a short bow.
That's good. Failsy doesn't know how to use a sword.
You do have proficiency with these weapons. That was the point of saying they feel familiar.
I know,
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm more talking Keta has probably also had actual practice with a short bow before this.
Oh yeah, because getting
Should've learned
Keta to
from
use
Brim.
longbow would be difficult because Keta's small.
Yeah, she probably also would have learned from Brimstone. Brimstone is the ranged guy in the family.
Alright then. So everyone, it's bio break time. Hopefully the next map works as intended, because otherwise...
I'm gonna go get
Same.
some drink.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some Brussels sprouts.
Ears hurting.
And if it don't feel good, what are you doing it for?
For the memes.
So we have potentially the drunkard with a very sharp pokey thing, which is always perfect for us to have. We have sexy Simon Belmont, potentially. We have the flailing tin can with a great sword. We have the Dritz knockoff,
Discount Dritz.
and
Yes,
we
the
have
Dritz count.
and we have the muscleless muscle wizard.
Or Anger Gandalf. Also, I think Dritz is at least supposed to be around. Like Keta is technically like I think at least a foot shorter than Dritz's actual height.
If he was a foot shorter, that would be really weird. Considering he's a drow and not a dwarf.
Listen, the second I heard Keta's getting put as a ranger, the first thing my mind went to is just fucking her in the goddamn Dritz costume.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because it's way too funny. Actually, no. Dritz is only 4 inches taller than Keta.
Yeah, elves are kind of short.
He's a drow.
Which are a subrace of elf, yes.
They also tend to be shorter, too.
Yeah.
Dritz as a character is 5'4" and only 130 pounds.
Yeah.
And just kind of give Keta a little bit of extra height in her boots and maybe a little bit of extra weight. She's at least the same size as Dritz.
I'm gonna go and quickly grab a drink. Always drink your fluids when you're sick.
Yeah. Raz, I tried to reply, something went down squiggly.
Didn't sound very smooth.
That's why I said it went down squiggly.
You said went down smoothly at first.
Okay, so I got a couple bottles of beer here.
Tink tank.
Specifically ginger beer. Non-alcoholic.
Well, then you failed.
I don't think that's the right kind of fluid.
So I realized that Keta's cloak currently is probably also that like really shitty velvet feeling one.
Oh no, it straight up feels like a polyester nylon cloak.
Oh. Or it's like it feels fake. How can something feel fake?
This does not feel like a texture that should exist.
Tell me why second edition Dritz has fucking sideburns.
Because he felt like he wanted them.
They look weird. The reason why I was looking him up is like I was wondering how tall he was, and he's only 4 inches taller than Keta.
4 inches is a lot.
Yeah.
I hope this works.
Can we move again?
Where are we on the map?
Should be at the bottom of the map.
Oh, I see it.
That's a big map.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
And
have to
also,
go all
no,
the way.
can't see myself yet.
Bottom of the map.
You can't see it?
Everything changes if
I-
I shift over here. Okay.
I don't see my token on the map.
Oh, no,
That's in the bottom middle.
I still don't.
Let me see. Bip.
There we go.
There.
Keep forgetting that this is a weird thing where sometimes dynamic lighting will. There's Tiny Failsy. Stop moving, Tiny Failsy. I need to turn off the fact that she is currently a torch.
Tiny Failsy the torch. That
I'm
sounds
so-
like a dope. Sounds like a dope ass wrestler's name.
Tiny Failsy torch time.
Just gonna stick Tiny Failsy over there, but she's not here. That's Echo Failsy.
Now I'm just picturing that when Failsy does her echo, she doesn't actually summon an echo. She summons a pixie version of herself just to be annoying.
Stab,
Hey,
stab, stab.
listen! Hey, listen! Hey, listen!
I was about to say something, but then I realized we're on stream, so I can't say that. Instead, I'll type it.
I figure out why there's Tiny Failsy.
It's something about how I adjusted the grid size of the map.
I'll do this. Do I hold shift? No. Alt.
That's
Oh.
what immediately popped into my brain, and I decided not to say out loud. If you don't know what it is, then don't look it up.
For the people at home wondering,
It's sexual.
it's sexual.
That's
And
all I'm gonna
just
say.
all I'm just gonna say is goblins. That's it.
I'm not gonna look it up.
It's done the same thing for my. That's weird.
What?
Let's see what happens if I mess with Failsy's.
What are you messing with, Failsy?
Just dropped Failsy's health a bit.
What do you
No,
mean?
it's.
What do you
it's,
mean dropped your health a bit?
I took damage. It's not moving. It's actually registering Failsy's Emotus, the my normal character.
I switched that over. I don't know why that's doing that. It's because It's because your normal token, which is what I just copied to make your new tokens, you have it set to just have a static amount for your health, not have it query your HP.
It's querying my HP.
It is now.
But I mean, if I go to my normal HP for the other one, I think my mini Failsy will change.
It won't. Well, yeah, it should actually, because I fixed that one. But your mini Failsy can't take damage. It has 1 HP.
But that's what I mean. It's like it's
Like, you don't need to worry about its health bar.
it's like I dragged it from
Cat, no,
the Failsy.
I fixed it.
that is not for chewing. Sorry.
No, cats be troublemakers.
She was trying to chew on the headset cord.
That is definitely not a good thing for her to do. So, do we have everyone back? Roll call. Andy? Smith? Failsy?
I'm here.
And Danny.
Yo,
Okay.
I exist somewhat.
You're always in a state of being here or not. We can never tell which.
I'm an eldritch abomination kept within a small human skin.
Schrodinger's DM.
Same.
But I have the burp to prove it, Myth.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does. Anyways. So, everyone's back. Everyone good to continue?
No, but I don't have a choice.
I mean in and out of game sense, not in game sense.
My answer remains the same.
Well, go
Yeah.
go take care of
No, I'm good.
stuff.
I'm just being a smart ass.
I know, but at the same time, I'm concerned for you anyways.
I guess resizing something only the DM can do.
Leave Tiny Failsy tiny.
Small failsy.
Because that way we can tell them apart.
I did make a second token for Grey Failsy.
Where is it again?
Mugshot.
Mugshot.
Okay, give me a second.
I'm glad that. I like that this drink actually has ginger in it, unlike ginger ale.
Which clearly only has ale in it.
It tastes like ginger, but it's not. It doesn't actually have ginger in it.
The Whisper of a Root.
Ah, yes, the classic druid pornography book.
I did see that being a druid pornography book.
Why jump right to the pornography part?
Because it sounds like a porn book.
Yeah,
It sounds
whisper,
like that.
whisper,
The
of a root.
Root?
Yeah, like that straight up sounds like a trashy druid romance novel.
It doesn't explicitly have to be porn, though.
It
When
doesn't
is it not
specifically
porn?
not have to be porn though.
I find it hilarious that my Echo has more AC than I do.
Yeah,
That's how the world go.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Echo Knight's stupid.
Echoes have like set stats.
Yeah.
Like they have a set AC, a set HP.
Is it? Yeah, it's
They have 1 HP is what they have.
no.
So technically-
It was the AC thing, but yeah, they technically do have a set AC too.
Edit in Failsy's journal.
Gray failsy.
Save
Failsy.
changes. Gazy.
No, that's just regular failsy.
Alright, you should be able to drag the Echo Failsy onto the screen now.
I mean, regular failsy's pretty gay. She did marry a lady.
I think regular Failsy's pretty pants.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's fair. That's probably more accurate.
She'll fuck anything if it's hot.
Let's harass Borrigan because Trevicky smells.
Yeah. So, as we're all back now,
Yeah.
you all sort of come to in a daze, picking yourself up off the ground, and like looking around you. And the first things that you notice is that you're in a completely different location that doesn't make any sense for where you just were.
The
You definitely
fuck?
are underground, but you're sitting in what feels like sand.
Did we just go from the Blossom Kingdom to the Flagora Desert somehow?
Oh, also, Morrigan, you must have gotten your head hit real hard because there are 2 failsies.
Just, well, I can't even see any. I like the above. I can't see where we are. I can't see
scroll
where we-
all the way down.
You're at the bottom middle of the map.
Okay. Sorry,
Did you find it?
things are being laggy. I'm sorry.
It's a big map. I'm sorry. That's how I had to do it. I tried to mitigate it by making the squares smaller.
Well, I think Roll20 isn't helping much either.
No, probably not.
Yeah, but you're about there.
Cat is gonna start cursing and rubbing her butt because she fell.
Luckily, it seems this weird clothes you're wearing are surprisingly good padding. Or the
There's a
sand
lot.
was soft landing.
There's a lot of
Huh.
clothing.
Well, that fall wasn't too bad. Da Vinci landed on his feet.
Just
That would imply that Da Vinci's been awake and aware for like the last 10 minutes as everyone's been slightly unconscious.
Just waiting for everyone else to wake up. Just like, well, guess I'll just pass the time somehow.
It's just gonna pick
Sip.
up some sand if he says that and just pour it in his hair.
Hey, I didn't do any.
Nothing malicious. It's not gonna kill you.
We don't know.
If it was going to kill us, it would have killed us when we landed on it.
Yep.
How about
Also,
you
every-
stop trying to mess with me for 5 minutes and actually let's focus on the fact that we've got a massive temple right in front of us?
I'm sure the temple's not going anywhere. Morgan, you heard that in stereo.
She's just not saying anything because she's just trying to process what the fuck.
Yeah, as everyone hears the stereo sounding voice, you look over and realize that there are two failsies and one of them is made of shadows.
I have to try
The
to
only
nurse
thing
Infernal.
worse than one failsy. Two of them. Thank God they can't cast magic right now.
Failsy, why are there two of you?
I don't know. Hey, other
Oh.
me. Why is there another me?
I don't know other me. Why is there another me?
As they're talking, can Cat to start looking around to see if there's any kind of signs of life around them, like other than them.
You notice that in several spots in the sand around you there's blood.
Oh. Okay, can I try to roll survive? Either like intelligence or survival to see like where they might have come from?
Sure, this should be a survival check.
Alright. It's getting to use her new skill.
Alright.
15.
You like track it. It appears that something was drug into this location from out behind where your characters currently are.
Hmm.
And it was bleeding in the process.
Direction was it? To?
Let me get a ruler out, because that's the easiest way to point in Roll20. It appeared to be being dragged in like this direction.
Yeah. Okay, so up the steps.
Also ignore the fact that this says 15 feet. Messing around with the grid size messes around with how Roll20 does its feet measurements.
So Cat is gonna look at party and go, should I cast light to maybe give us a little bit more illumination?
Can you cast light?
I mean, unless Game Master somehow took away my magic from my blood?
We have no idea what extent he did to us. Apparently I can use this somehow. I managed to do flips and tricks off the walls as we fell. I didn't do that before, although it was cool.
No.
Flippy boy.
Gonna go through the Cat is gonna go through the motions and cast light. At least try to.
It goes off. What do you cast light on?
She's probably gonna cast it on like her bow.
Alrighty.
Actually, since you're here, Game Master, where are we? we started out in the Blossom Kingdom, and now are we in like some temple underneath the Flagora Desert? Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, you assume you're in a place you know. No, my boy, my friend, my companion. You're not in the Blossom Kingdom. You weren't in the Blossom Kingdom, and you're definitely not currently in the Flagora Desert. No, right now you're... I suppose you could say this is somewhere between reality and not reality.
Like a dream?
What?
No, more along the lines of it's something I pulled from the ether. It was floating around. I decided it might be fun to mess with.
Okay, I don't know what unnerves me more. One, this whole situation we're in, or the fact that you called me companion.
Well, I'm traveling with you right now. Does that not make us companions? Could you also pop the
Yes.
light spell into the chat so I can see how much light it gives off?
Yes, but it's still unnerving.
How about instead of talking with Lee Shield, Game Master here, we get to investigating a possible cult?
We don't even know what's in here.
See, from my experience, it's mainly cults that tend to drag people bleeding into a temple.
You know, she's not wrong.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, just everyone just like, yeah.
I know from experience as the being dragged and the dragging.
And I have some experience there as well.
So let's go see if there's any traps up ahead and get walking. At least get investigating.
That's as far as I can walk.
Well, let's take a look in here, shall we? Be a little faster on my feet.
Failsy, what do you mean that's as far as you can walk?
I can only walk
To keep the
Gauge
clone
a
up.
movement
at
speed
the
of
same
20.
Oh, you're not in turn-based movement right
I
now.
know. I just mean that's like compared to everyone else, I'm slower.
Yeah.
Is the map is the map true to what is there?
Yeah, what you're seeing around you right now is true to what you would be seeing.
So I assume we see this kind of bull mosaic on the.
Yeah. On the ground as you're walking over it, you do see this iconography that appears to represent a bull.
What the heck is this
Is there-
creature here?
On the edges? Are there any kind of like markings or anything like that?
If there were like writing of some description, it's old and faded now. Like even the blood you noticed appeared to be like long since dried. It's like the sand itself had been dyed red.
Yeah, Cat just trying to like figure out what it says. Here's where I wish I could speak old languages.
That is not a spell that transferred over into this Failsy.
The thing is, you recognize the
and-
language, there's just not enough there for you to read it.
What do I recognize it as?
It's weird. You don't feel like you know this language, but it looks like these weird wiggly lines, but you can perceive it as language.
Oh, that bull mosaic you're looking at.
The bull mosaic down here. What? Can you come? Failsy, you're the smart one.
Yeah?
Maybe you recognize this.
Failsy, when she points it out to you, that is most certainly written in Abyssal.
Oh, that's my home tongue. That's Abyssal.
I don't. Wait, what? What?
That's
Ketcha, you don't know how to read Abyssal. But you can read it.
Ketcha like grabs tail. Did you put some in any of my drinks?
yes, but nothing that changes how what you can speak.
I can read Abyssal.
You know, I'd love to explain more, but I'm currently strapped to your friend's arm, and he's currently face down in the sand and unable to move.
Lee, come on. Ugh.
Like, he is currently, like, as if he flopped belly first into the sand from doing, like, a belly flop into a pool. He's currently, like, half embedded in the ground.
This is gonna somewhat freak him out and start prying. Start prying him out of the sand.
Like, once you help him get, like, his arms free, he can push himself up and out.
Two Failsies using great swords to lever him out.
Yep.
Alright.
As he gets to where he's, like, actually standing up in vertical again, sand just starts pouring out of every slot of his armor, including the visor slot.
Oh.
I think that goose followed us.
Venti,
Oh, don't
go
worry,
too
but-
far ahead.
Don't worry about the goose, that's just my friend.
I'm not expanding outward. Just it seems like this center room expands out into 3 paths. I can see almost a workshop down down the path to the left.
That's a lot of booze.
Well, there's
Mhm.
bull. Does the bull have? Does it look to be just the bull, like imagery, or is it animal with it?
That one just looks like a bull with, like, really bizarre horns. Like, what you see is what you get with these portraits.
Well, no, I only asked because without like going into too finer detail, it sort of looks like crab legs around the bull head.
Yeah, it's supposed to be horns.
Did we catch anything
Well, apparently-
like in the words, or is it just nothing there?
It looks like it, from what you can read of, like, the words that are still actually words rather than just being, like, singular letters. It almost looks like this might have been, like, a prayer inscribed here on the edges, because you do see the word worship and praise be at some points.
Looks like a simple prayer.
But you also, at one point, see the word prison.
Oh,
Well, for some reason, Palsy, I understand Abyssal, and I don't know why.
ask the shield.
I don't think he's gonna tell
Okay.
me.
Came with the outfit.
There you
I'm
go.
glad that this weird elf knows Abyssal. Well, if it's a temple, and Ket is gonna like look at this bull in this. If it looks like a bull in the center,
That looks much more
must be to some.
humanoid than a normal bull.
Did we get a glimpse of the creature following us in the dark back, the labyrinth?
When you were in the labyrinth, that creature that was following you, it didn't look like a bull. It looked more akin to almost like a bear or a wolf humanoid.
Well, no, that's what I was asking. Is it like similarly like part animal, part humanoid in that way?
In a vague sense, yes.
It's just gonna like tap her foot on the mosaic to see if it like presses down.
Doesn't seem to.
Alright.
Da Vinci's standing on it, so
So are
And
both
2
of them.
failsies. Yeah.
Well, now that we're here, I suppose now would be a good time to tell you the parameters and the rules of this little game and what your win condition is.
yes, please.
I thought our win condition was us, well, at least one of us surviving.
True, but there is still a goal throughout this whole thing. So, you see, hidden around this temple of sorts, I have hidden several small icons. Just little golden bull statues with gems for eyes. Shouldn't be too hard to miss. Just look around and find, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, find 6 of them, and that should be enough. One for each of you as it currently stands.
Why do I have a
Man.
feeling that there's gonna be plenty of bull statues here and like you're fucking with us?
Oh no, I've definitely hidden more than 6 around this place. You just have to find 6.
And why do I get the feeling there's a catch to this? It's not
Well-
as easy as just walk in and grab 6 and leave.
Well, it's an old temple.
It's probably a guardian to the temple.
Might be a few.
We don't want to split up because the last time we split up in one of these, I almost died.
Alright then. Well, I believe I've given enough hints for now. Well, until such a time that I feel like talking again. You hear a zipper sound.
Has the shield changed at all? Like the mouth closed or anything?
Lee looks at it, and there's currently a zipper going across the mouth of the shield, and zippers going across both of the eye slots.
That's weird.
Best not to question what Game Master does.
So there seems to be 4 paths. A path to the left that seems to lead to some kind of a workshop with some coffins, sarcophagi. I didn't quite get a good view. The path ahead splits into 2 different paths. And then the path to the right, it was really dark. I couldn't really see much in it other than it being nondescript. So I think we should at least take a look at that workshop area first.
I'd be cautious if you see coffins. Game Master did offhandedly mention something about vampires.
Disturb the dead. Disturb the dead.
I'd rather.
Okay, we're going.
Alright. If we find any powdered silver or iron, can you give that to me?
Da Vinci's gonna sit back, let Failsy run in first, just to make sure no traps are sprung, and then walk in.
I can't actually see from. Like, I don't have a.
Yeah, fails. See, it's bizarre. Normally you'd have dark vision. You can't see into the darkness.
Huh.
Here comes Keta, who's currently glowing.
Morgan, you coming?
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you. Yes, bye.
I am glowing and I am beautiful.
Minotaur graves?
You know what a minotaur is?
I don't think any of you would unless you feel like making an Arcana check.
Because
Or
I think
actually,
I remembered
This would be a
last time I
history check.
mentioned it. I mentioned it about the Guardian. Like stories of a Guardian of a Maze.
I'll roll one for Da Vinci just because I feel like there he might know something because of his experience in the Blossom Kingdom.
Failsy rolled a 25.
25.
Got a 19.
6.
Alright then.
Hmm.
Alright. Failsy, Armored, and Keta. Brimstone, are you gonna roll?
I don't think there would be any reason for Brimstone to know about it.
Military.
Okay.
Plus costume.
Costume doesn't change any of Brimstone skills.
Yeah, it doesn't make it better at anything.
Hmm.
Brimstone 2, the only one who hasn't seen these is Morrigan. Which is actually kind of fitting because these wouldn't be around where Morrigan was raised. In the Blossom Kingdom, there are creatures known as Minotaurs or Bull People. They're not this big, though. They're like the same size as a Goliath.
These are much bigger than to be for Minotaur. It almost seems like they'd be for the that big thing we saw back in the labyrinth.
I mean, the only stories I've ever heard about Minotaur are that they're very good at finding their way out of situations.
They have a good mind for
Never met one.
maps, is what you are aware of.
They're good at maps. I remember Dad said he had to get directions from one once.
As you all enter that room, you do see that it appears to be a room full of old, dusty scrolls. A singular key and a golden idol of a bull sitting on a table, as well as a single lit candle.
Okay, we got a lit candle here. We have a key, which might be good to grab just in case, and we have one of the icons Game Master mentioned. I've got the feeling that if we grab that icon, something's gonna happen. So everyone, ready up just in case.
Before you grab it, I'm just gonna back down the steps.
We can't see without your light, though.
Can
Is
I
that
say
candle
like
not actually giving off light?
No,
It does.
the candle is giving off light. It's just more like everything else.
Alright.
We can't
How
see
far-
anything else.
It's like too far. Still see with me, like right here?
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, if I need to run, I'm gonna run down the steps.
Morgan, Brimstone, gonna put yourself into positions.
Ketcha's
I mean, this is kind of where I think I'm supposed to. I don't fucking know what I'm doing right now.
Yoinkin key.
Alright. You yoink up the key. It's an old brass key with simple teeth.
And Grinch is gonna pick up the statue.
You pick up the statue. It appears to be the only thing not covered in dust in this room aside from that candle. Like, even the key itself, you like pick it up and there's a clear outline of it in the dust underneath it. But you pick up that idol, nothing happens.
Okay, we got one of the bull idols.
And down, 5 more left to go.
Alright, Vinci, you may add to your inventory 1 bull idol.
I have done so.
Is that like a basket right up here? Or like a pot?
Ping what
So
you're looking
this
at.
topmost. It's not
That?
pink for me for some reason.
There.
It's
It's an old barrel.
Can I tell like lean over and sniff it?
It smells like dust. You get a nose full of dust. A lot of dust.
Can I take that
Having these
candle?
barrels.
Yeah, you could pick. You'd have to like climb up on top of that cabinet.
Climb the cabinet to get the candle.
Yeah, those cabinets are like 10 feet high.
Do I need to make a roll to climb?
Yes, actually, because the moment you go to put your foot on like one of the lower shelves to push up to get to the higher shelf, you can feel the wood just immediately start to just fall away under your foot. Almost like it's disintegrating.
What am I rolling?
Be a flat dexterity check with disadvantage.
Oof.
See if you can find a route up.
8.
No, anytime you go to like take a step up onto something to push yourself up enough to grab towards the top shelf, everything you grab hold of or put your foot on to like push up just breaks away underneath it.
Failsy,
Like-
can we not destroy the timeless historical ruins?
Yeah, you've just sent scrolls of old just scattering all over the place. And some of them, the moment they make contact with any form of movement, they just turn into ash.
If you can recover a scroll, if Failsy and I can read Abyssal, we might be able to glean something from this.
I think I
With
just killed
with
the
an
scroll.
8, anything on those shelves is pretty much destroyed.
To walk through and like maybe get a look of like the intact scrolls.
Then move your character up, please. Thank
Sorry, the Roll20 is very laggy.
Yes, I'm sorry, this is a large map.
Okay, no, it's just I am moving. It just takes a moment.
Really wish I had a torch right now.
Keta, something interesting you do notice is as you're walking in with this light, on a top shelf, across the room, you can just see a very large humanoid skull just poking out off the top of the shelf.
Oh,
And the
Thing?
skull barks.
How old does it look?
Dust. It appears to be dust, like covered in almost. I mean, this is obviously an exaggeration because it's not possible, but covered in what would be, jokingly, like a half-inch of dust.
okay. Kat is gonna look around at what's in the room with the the actual light of her bow and try to get a gleam of like the intact scrolls and maybe if there's any kind of iron or anything like that in here.
There's some of the scrolls on this side of the shelf are still somewhat intact, and this shelf hasn't been disturbed at all.
Kat will go over to the shelf and kind of pick a scroll up.
This shelf
And
also has.
give it-
Go ahead and make a dexterity check at disadvantage to see if you can pick a scroll up without it disintegrating.
Oh,
Alright. For once, Kat is actually somewhat good at this. 13.
That's a saving throw.
Sorry,
dex check.
leave me alone. 17.
There you go. Hey, that actually let you meet the DC.
Hmm.
All right. You very gingerly extract one scroll from this stack of scrolls. You have to pull out one of the top ones because if you pull out one of the middle ones, it might cause a chain reaction. But just very gingerly, you manage to pull one out without it completely falling apart in your hands. And it takes a while if you actually want to try to unroll it to read it. Like, you would be here for a minimum of, 10 minutes, probably more along the lines of, 30 minutes just getting it to unroll to read it.
Right now, she's just gonna kind of keep a hold of it.
All right, then. Okay.
Can
This is the sort of situation where you feel like if you jostle it at all, no matter what, it's going to fall apart.
Sorry, Forbidden Lore, you're not gonna get right today. I'm gonna just very gingerly put it back on the top of the
All right, then.
Alright, let's go. Let's not disturb the dead any more than we already have to.
All right, then.
Grim is looking badly upon us.
we don't even know if any of the gods actually have any purview here.
Listen, I'd rather not risk it. I'm already risking it enough just being alive.
I mean, you
Yeah,
don't
you
have
can
to
see
put it
that-
out.
I'm at the end of the thing. I can't really see anything else.
You can see that there are more of those coffins scattered around you, Felzy. The one you're directly next to right now is actually broken. You didn't notice that before.
I poke my head in to see what's inside.
Nothing. It looks like the coffin has been broken into and its contents stolen.
Ah, Looks like we're not the first grave robbers.
Other than that, because of the light, you can't see what's further down the hallway.
Need some illumination.
Yes.
You guys have fun over there. I'll just be sitting here in the middle.
Listen, there's a broken coffin.
Hello?
Do you crawl inside it, Failsy? You could.
Is there anything in there?
Like poke your now that the light's at a better angle, you like poke your head fully in there and like look around.
Hello?
You find broken masonry from the actual coffin being broken itself. A single gold coin that appears someone missed.
I reach
Like
in
when
and
you're
collect.
like moving rocks around, there's a single gold coin underneath one of them.
I reach in and collect to take a look at it.
I mean, it's a piece of gold. Though when you look at it, it looks really weird because there is a face on the face of the coin, which is not a normal thing.
What'd you find, Failsy?
I found money.
What kind of
I'm
money?
I'm not sure what era this is.
Yeah, you look at it. It is a thinner pressed coin than what you're used to. The coinage from Aquilia, because that's the name of your world. The coinage from your world is a bit thicker and has the various holy symbol iconography on it of the various cultural regions. That's what's on it to represent it. But this one actually has what appears to be a man's face in profile.
And handsome.
Think he's a god or something?
God, maybe. Maybe just an important king. Does this man have horns?
No.
He's obviously not a minotaur. Or tiefling.
Does not have horns, just has slicked back straight hair and what appears to be a high-colored cloak. He looks very
Looks-
regal.
Fashionable and kind of handsome.
King coin.
He fails.
All this is
Does that coffin over there, and Kat is gonna point at this one, look to also be moved? Like the lid? Or is that just the light playing a trick on me?
Let's go have a look-see.
The lid isn't off, though. It's definitely pushed away from the wall for some reason.
all this is going on. Just to Da Vinci asks is just quickly asks Brimstone.
Oh,
So how you holding up here?
hey, Keta, get back here.
Before you and get to continue that, cut away to the other scene.
I don't have a gun and I'm forced to use the thing I hate. How do you fucking think, Da Vinci?
Why do you hate magic so much?
I mean, like, I don't understand it. I don't hate it, though.
Just a curiosity, since every time it comes up, you usually grimace more than usual.
And that's impressive.
Well, when you've seen a bunch of kids about Keta's age just get torn away from their families and ripped apart from it, you kind of learn to fucking hate it.
You mean in the war?
Yeah.
Well, that's not because of magic, is it? That's because of, like, a person who wants power. That's the lady we're dealing with right now, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, like my opinion is magic, like your gun, is a tool that can be used either for the benefit of others or for the detriment of others. Is that so different?
Can only kill one person at a time with a weapon.
Well, look, just Da Vinci just flashes back to the gunpowder explosion. Depends on the weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because those weird acorn things you taught Osnick how to make definitely can kill more than one person at a time.
Point of the matter being, you have to manufacture things like those.
I guess so. I guess also
Magic
anyone
makes
can
it-
use them.
Magic makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Well, I'm not going to entirely disagree with you, but what is it that
Who is
tapping?
tapping something?
That's Myth.
It's me, but it's also Brimstone unconsciously doing it.
Okay, I'm just making sure that that's actually something that's supposed to be getting picked up.
Yeah.
I was wondering if the same thing, wondering if Ash had a Minotaur just run up someone's ass.
No. Yeah, I feel like it would be a lot more frantic.
I have sound clips for that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Anyways.
So I just, I guess it feels like you let that color your perspective on the benefit that magic can give as well. Like, for example, the amount of times it saved my ass just by casting shield. Does he respond?
Myth?
Myth?
Brimstone's like thinking. I don't know.
Like, I'm not asking you to change your entire perspective on just one conversation. Just giving another perspective a thought. Who knows? Maybe after this, you might come out at you with a different perspective on magic's uses. Not likely, but maybe.
Just because it's useful doesn't make my point anymore or less valid.
No. But it doesn't mean that. Well, I'm not asking you to like magic. Doesn't mean that you have to despise anyone who decides to use it.
If I hated anyone who used magic, then I wouldn't have any friends.
Well, actually, you got a point there.
A lot of people use magic. For as weird and confusing as it is, it's pretty, what's the word? Prevalent.
Common.
I mean, prevalent works, yeah.
Get to use his big words. I'm trying to be smart.
I don't think you need to be smart. for Keta, but
I-
I'm sure she'll appreciate the effort.
Why are there suddenly 2 echo failures?
Because I can't see the other one.
What do you mean you can't see the other one?
I wasn't
one, I
sure
think.
if that was actually Lee or if it was Ash being confused while talking.
It was both.
I mean,
why
Okay.
is it 3 Keta? Why are there 3 failsies?
One is enough, 2 is too many.
3 is
Ah!
5 is outright.
I mean,
In the midst of this emotional conversation, just distant cut to, "Hey guys, we found possible more areas for
good.
goals."
I had to move Failsy into the aisle because I couldn't see my echo.
You don't need to see it, Fancy. It's there.
No.
It doesn't move unless you move it.
Yeah, but I couldn't see the icon to move it when I was tucked in this corner. The
Yeah,
shadow just makes it disappear.
There's also enforce your inability to move through shadow areas for reasons.
I mean, that's kind of like the end. Unless there's something else to be mentioned, Da Vinci then just kind of stands there awkwardly. Like, I don't know what to follow up with.
Fair enough.
Again, we found something.
Andy cut out a little bit, but I believe that was addressed to Morgan.
Morgan, we found something.
All right, what'd you find?
It looks like a chest.
Okay.
Come look.
It squeezes into the dark recess. So,
That'd be a dexterity check, my friend.
oh, that's yay.
Can I blow in the Failsy's tail?
That wouldn't help.
No,
If anything, that
more so in case Failsy gets stuck, and then I.
Well, she's got to go through it sideways if she wants to fit, but no. Failsy, certain parts of your anatomy are too wide to make this gap.
Oh.
I'm skinny.
I'm scared.
Failsy's desire to get back there causes Echo to disappear and reappear inside the hole.
That technically works.
Yeah.
You know, I
Well,
could already know I could do it.
I can't see my. Oh, right, I can't see shit back there.
but you
Also,
made your echo disappear and then reappear in this gap.
So
Echo
Morgan, we
Knights,
found a-
totally balanced.
Yeah, no, Echo Knights are stupid.
Morgan, we found a coin with a very handsome-looking dude on it. We think he's like some sort of god or a king.
All right then.
Failsy flicks at the coin.
Okay.
Show the coin.
Yeah, you have to, like, work- You have to like work with Keta to have her hold the bow over your head so you could see what your Echo Knight is doing. Because it technically doesn't exist if you can't see it.
It's the weirdest overhead lighting.
Yeah, but Morrigan, as she flicks you this coin, just as I described it before, it's a very thin, like mint pressed coin with a picture of a man, like a very regal looking man in profile on the face of the coin.
Okay, and I'm assuming because we are in an area very unfamiliar to us, there is no recognizing this person.
You could attempt a history check, though I cannot guarantee you will succeed.
Yeah, sure, why the hell not? 11.
There's no limit to how many times I can do that. That's
No.
balanced.
It's not. It's really not. While you're, Ketsa, do you want to aid her? Since you were talking to her about it?
Yeah, yeah, Keta would.
I'll permit this retroactive aiding so you can get your natural
I-
20.
Didn't know that I could.
I mean, you just have to, like, basically hang a bow on Failsy's horns. But
Or
Oddly
helmet,
en-
rather.
oddly enough, Morrigan,
Mm-hmm.
you do recognize this type of coin.
Huh.
Occasionally, when soldiers that are being shipped back from Magisteria, the continent, occasionally, sometimes they would find treasure hoards, and sometimes this type of coin would be involved in those hoards.
I can't remember when, but I've seen these in, like, spoils of war that soldiers would have.
Maybe Brimstone might know.
He would have more first-hand knowledge than I would, so yeah, it might be a good idea to show it to him. He might have more information than I do.
Let's
Failsy,
get looking at the hole first.
Failsy, you actually get back in there with your Echo Knight, even though you switch positions of your Echo Knight and your Echo and yourself for some reason again.
How did I get here?
I don't know. You keep switching their positions, and I keep switching them back.
You can switch them out.
The idea was
So
that
you can.
Fauzi can actually teleport to the position of an Echo and swap positions.
Oh, that's what you're doing. You didn't
Yeah.
say that, so I was not aware. I thought you were just doing that. I was just like, Failsy, you're putting your Echo in the wrong place. I mean, to be honest, you can also just make your Echo do the actions for you. You don't have to be the one back there. You do realize that as you're back there trying to fiddle around with it, it is locked.
I tried a key from earlier.
It is a completely different size of lock. The key you have from earlier almost looks like a door key.
Can I hurl this chest into the main?
Your butt refused to fit through this gap. You could not fit this chest through the gap. You are not strong enough to lift it.
Let me... You said it's locked. I don't know why, but I feel like I might be able to get it open.
Well, no offense, but you are very well endowed in certain areas, and I do not know if you could fit back there.
Let me
Just
try.
tell-
Humor me.
out of it.
I'm not... Y'all are not
I'm
the
back
only
again.
ones who... Weird things you can do right now.
Out of character. One's wearing a full chainmail suit. The other one is wearing spandex.
Yeah, less clothing to get caught on Morrigan.
Yeah.
Morgan, you give that a try.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't we get the others in here so we're not too separated?
Alright, well, I'll just
I
wait
mean,
right
they
here.
can-
Well,
All three of them are having their heartfelt conversation while you three are doing this.
Just go, Brimstone!
Pretty much as the conversation ends, you just hear Keta yell, Brimstone. Morrigan, go ahead and make a dexterity check to try to see if you can squeeze in there.
okay. 21.
Ooh.
Not a problem. Weirdly dexterous in this moment, you manage to just very carefully squeeze yourself in through this gap, and probably the fact that your clothing is very tight-fitting right now as opposed to being sort of drapey actually is helpful in this one singular occasion, because there is nothing to get caught on any surfaces.
I can't see shit now while I'm over there, sorry.
Yeah, Keta, move forward one. So that your light goes into the gap. There you go. I don't want to open up the dynamic lighting screen and mess around with the light layers,
Yeah, it's perfectly
okay.
because
fair.
that can potentially freeze things up.
Alright, let me take a look at... Like, I guess because of the knowledge of the costume, she, like, absentmindly pulls thieves' tools out of a side pouch.
Actually, you absent-mindedly fold one of the weird slivers of metal off of your short sword, and it's a thieves' tool set.
Oh! Okay.
Huh.
Like, she does that, and then she looks at it in her hand, just like... Okay, that... I didn't know the sword did that, but that's useful, and I feel
Go
like I
ahead
know
and
how to
make-
use this.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage now that you've seen that happen.
On the sword?
Just as an idol. Yeah, on the sword.
18.
You realize very suddenly that this sword is comprised of a bunch of interlocked together tools.
Huh.
like the outer edge of it is a solid edge that is a single solitary welded piece, but the center of the blade as well as the handle is just full of these small interlocking compartments with different tools in them.
Swiss
Oh,
Army
that's
sword.
useful.
You have now properly identified the thieves' right hand, which is the actual name of your short sword.
Cool. I'm gonna use the thieves' tools now, if that's okay.
Yeah, I was just letting you know because that was appropriate time to mention it.
Okay.
As
Cool,
he's
cool.
as she's doing that, Ket is going to show off the coin from Sogun. So we found this coin in one of the coffins, and apparently Morgan has heard stories of soldiers coming back with coins like this.
So you could go ahead and make a history check with advantage on that.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, with advantage.
Double nat 20.
All right, I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Morgan, it takes you a little bit, most because the lighting is coming completely from behind you. So whenever you're crouched over the chest to work on it, you're kind of like backlighting yourself to not be able to properly see. But you do, after a couple of minutes, get the lock open. It's also weird because this is not typically a skill you have, so it's weird to know how to do it.
Like the whole time she's doing it, she's just thinking to herself, how do I know how to do this? And also, why is this weird talking code in my head that I figure I could use?
Nothing on 1. 2 is binding. 3 is a little loose.
All right, then. So you do manage to get the chest open. DC for that was only 10.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Opening it up, it has a couple of dusty vials on the inside and some scrolls.
Alright, we've got what looks like vials of some sort and scrolls. Not sure what of, but, you know, that's what there is.
I really thought there was going to be another bull.
You do also notice as you like lift your head up to after pulling the items out of the chest, there's a note attached to the top of the chest.
Huh.
Like on the inside?
Yeah, on the inside.
She
It's like-
will... Sorry.
It's all good. I was just going to say it's like as the chest is lifted open, you didn't realize it at first because you like looked down into the depth of the chest, but like a note was hung on the inside of it. So whenever the chest is like hung open and the lid is vertical, it's like hanging down in front of you.
She will take a look at it.
You grab it. It's written in common. It actually appears to be fairly new, but it's written in a very flowery-looking handwriting. You can almost hear the voice in your head as you read it, just so you don't die.
I so wanted to joke that if you're reading this, you're dead, and then the note explodes.
So you don't die. P.S. This paper is made of flash paper. And as you read that part, it does the flash paper thing of just igniting into harmless flames and disappearing.
Ah! Okay, well, given what that said, I've... Potions, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It is 2 healing potions and 3 scrolls.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, putting that on my sheet. I guess I can't tell what size healing potion they are.
They look like standards.
Okay, so...
Can Ket... no, I'll wait till you're done with Brimstone because I had an idea for something.
All right then. So Morgan, as you're getting those out, and the flash paper goes off in your eyeballs, blinding you slightly. Not actually blinding you, but just the
Yeah, the discomfort.
Yeah, definitely enough to make her squints her eyes shut and just go, ah, Jesus, motherfucker!
Brimstone. You look down at this coin, you're just like, I've seen one of these coins before. You distinctly remember when you were on a particularly bad trip with Vivian in Redemption on the battlefield. You got face to face with quite a few undead, and the treasure hoard that you found with them had a lot of these coins with it. Specifically, when you encountered quite a few vampires.
Same, like same stamping and everything.
Yeah, the same stamping, and gold, silver, and copper coins, all with very similar stamping on them.
Okay.
It's also weird because there were also some coins in that mix that seem to depict these weird winged lizard creatures. And you're realizing now that, those had dragons on them. But previously you were just like, it's just weird looking coins.
Yeah. Remember Vivian Redemption and I, we had to go take out some vampire coven bullshit, whatever. There's a lot of these coins in there.
I mean, that also makes sense on Game Master saying something about vampires. Then, I mean, Kenta is going to kind of take a deep breath, and as Morgan's kind of getting out of the kind of crack in the wall, Kenta is going to kind of focus in, and she's going to kind of her mind. She's thinking on like, well, where do we go next? Trying to like think in like the mindset of her mom, but like unawarely doing primeval awareness.
All right.
Do I need to roll to get out from little
No,
hidey hole?
You roll high enough to be able to get in there. You can squeeze out without a problem.
Okay.
I expend a first level slot.
First level what?
Slot.
I did not hear an O.
You
Maybe.
actually currently do not sense any of those things around you.
Oh.
That's weird. Ow. Ow, my head hurts.
You felt like this weird, almost like boom sensation go out of you for a second. Like you get very slight pings off of your various collections of tiefling companions, and
How
you
strong
also
is it
get.
coming off of brimstone?
It's actually fairly strong coming off of brimstone. It's almost registering as a fiend off of brimstone. Like, if it were to register as anything, whereas other tieflings, it just it also fails. It somewhat registers as a dragon, but
Yeah. I mean, given who her mom is.
yeah. The weirdest thing is, you also get a hint of aberration.
Where? Where?
Clank,
You
clank, clank,
don't
clank,
get to
clank,
know
clank.
where. It's not
Does it
like
feel-
a creature. It's like the same sensation as what you're getting off like Morrigan or Failsy or Brimstone.
That's at least smart enough to do process of elimination of probably who it is.
Probably not actually, because you don't know what an aberration is.
But he's the only weird one.
You can assume that weird feeling is coming off of Lee, but for the sake of titles, you don't know it's an aberration.
Yeah, no, it's just process of elimination. Like, yeah, it's not coming off of Da Vinci. It's only coming off of these fuckers.
Kenta, why do you have a weird look on your face?
It
Hmm.
hurts.
Oh,
It
actually, I
was-
missed something.
What?
Oh.
Da Vinci does give off a bing.
What?
Oh.
What does he give off?
I don't I mean, technically, I should have said this all as one group, but he's giving off a very mildly elemental bang.
Sense.
So, given that it doesn't reveal location or number, she just gets various minor bings of fiend, fiend, aberration, dragon, and elemental. The weirdest one being elemental.
Yeah.
Mm.
The most bizarre thing is no undead.
That's weird. I was focusing and I was trying to.
You don't know
Mom,
it's Da Vinci. You also
No,
technically don't know.
Da Vinci
She's talking
asked her
to
what's
Da
with the
Vinci.
face.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was like scrunched up in focus.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Didn't I was trying to focus and do what my mom has always told me. Like, if you're planning on going somewhere, you got to think about it first. And then I was thinking really hard. And then I started to get like these really like somewhat wild things in my head. And like a couple are fiendish in nature. One was really strong. And what was some with the dragon?
Oh yes, the dragons that we were told about. Whatever they are.
It just points at Failsy. Probably Failsy.
Then there's this one that reminds me of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a really wild storm.
Oh, you mean? You mean like a genasi?
Kind of like an elemental.
I wonder if there's a genasi in this ruins.
And then there's this really weird one that like felt.
Yeah, it felt like wetness in your brain.
No.
It felt like a wet noodle slapping me.
Okay then.
Yeah, the way I always describe these is that like if you sense fiends, it's like it's like smelling brimstone. Dragons, it's feeling the roughness of scales on your skin. Aberrations, it's like getting slapped in the brain with a noodle. And elementals, it's like feeling a charged sensation all over your body.
I process of elimination, knowing that most of us are at least tieflings. I have a feeling that weird wet one was, and she kind of just points over at the can.
Hello. Yeah, honestly.
Let's get talking.
It's hard to breathe.
You
That's
sound
why I don't
angry.
wear any.
I mean, you'd be pretty angry too if you were trapped in armor that was a size too small. Especially,
I'm not angry, I'm really uncomfortable.
That's fair.
I mean,
I'm genuinely
once,
glad
we're
that
not
he didn't stick me into any of that metal can stuff.
Da Vinci, I'm going to stick you into a metal can.
Moving on.
Please do it.
I will make you like sardines.
Move it along.
Just brimstone. Just what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Is he's just looking at the book.
Brimstone's just complete darkness.
Yeah. Just what
It's the way he likes it.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, you realize as you're like looking at the book that you suddenly get shrouded in complete darkness.
Just like, oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I? Right.
You actually want to open it?
Yeah. Just it's a book. Okay.
Alright then.
Try to open it at least.
I just got a latch on the side you can click open and open.
Okay.
The inside, the leather on it is fairly nice, even if the outside looks fairly old and worn. The inside, it's got various different arcane inscriptions to denote spells on it. It does appear to be a spell book. The most bizarre thing for you is the fact that you're not really a person who is studied in the magical sense. And yet you're looking at these arcane inscriptions and you can actually make sense of them. You can actually decode the text inside this book to understand how you would go about making these spells form in your hands.
Does like the hand of the script look familiar, or does it look like?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation 19.
19. It does actually look vaguely familiar from two different sources, actually. Some of the earlier spells, like some of the cantrips. Actually, I'll look at the spell list and tell you which spells seem like one or the other.
Mm. Oh, I should mark Minor Illusion. That's one I have for.
Yeah, I know which ones. I know which ones I put in here.
Yeah, I know. I've just marked.
Things like your Firebolt, your Chill Touch, Prestidigitation, those are written in a much more aggressive script.
Mm-hmm.
Like, much more... I was looking at that brimstone.
Sorry.
Good. But they're written in a much more aggressive, to-the-point script. Almost like a doctor writing.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess I shouldn't say a doctor. Almost like a teacher writing. Where it's very clearly annotated and there's not a lot of emotion behind it. It's like someone writing a textbook. And that immediately reminds you of your father's handwriting the few times you've seen it.
Yeah. Just opens the book and just, oh.
But as you press onward, some of the leveled spells, they're weird because the handwriting in these ones is much more, or has a lot more thought put behind it. Specifically, you flip to one spell in particular, a spell titled very simply Fortune's Favor. And that the handwriting of how Fortune's Favor is written immediately makes you flash back to the sign hanging above Bliss's shop. Also, for some reason, you have none of your spell slots marked.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if... It's really hard because you have spells, but you have no spell slots. Oh. Alright, fuck me, guys.
I don't know why none of your spell slots were counted on. It should have automatically given you the amount.
I don't know.
Right. But yeah, like a couple of the spells, some of the much more... all the Dunamancy spells are written in her hand. But a lot of like the more direct damaging spells are written in his hand. It's almost like it was one of his spell books and then she expanded on it. Is what you gather with a 19 in investigation. You're grunting a lot over there, Brimstone.
Does that Linley's thinking?
He thinks a lot.
I'm old. It's one
That's
of the
fair.
only things I'm good at.
You're good at shooting people.
Yeah, that's why I said
There's that.
one of.
Also good at
And
finding me.
Yeah,
That's
you're the
because
only.
I have
You're one of the only
9
people who can actually rein her in.
That's because I have 19 years of experience.
I'm probably one of the few people she actually respects.
I respect a lot of people.
In any case, I recognize who wrote the spell book.
Oh,
Parts of it, the stuff that's more directly fucks your shit up, written by my father.
Yeah.
What's been said about him, it makes sense.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, his way of writing spells is much more to the point, so unfortunately they're much easier to understand.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
this is
do this.
exactly how you do it.
Yeah, X, Y, Z, done.
Move it on.
Well, where do we want to go now? We want to
Well,
go top.
The way up breaks off
Knock out
into
either
two
side and then
paths.
go to the top.
The way up breaks off to two paths. One of them turns early on. I couldn't quite see far down the other one, and then the path that way, as he points to kind of the right of the map, we still don't know much about. So we could explore this way.
We
Yeah,
should
it's
explore
not that-
side avenues before we head deeper in. We don't need anything coming up from behind us.
Okay, let's explore this way. Onward, light.
On the left. Do I have a name, sir?
And you also don't respect him, so he doesn't have to use it.
He makes a point.
Thank you.
Well, then I can just call him Dancy Boy.
You kind of already do. Well,
Oh,
back to
pretty
being
good.
zipped shut.
Yeah, from someone just wait and then zip. Yes, he
And
does make
as
the
they're
rules.
As they're walking, Keta will kind of look at her bow a little bit and and say, this imagery reminds me of what I saw in Himself's Grove. Very nature. Himself made bows.
He's like
Makes sense.
he's like he's like a god thing, isn't he?
Yes, he quite literally was a god before he gave a portion of his power over to Granum.
Leave me like more behind.
So,
Mother's coming up behind. Keta's staying there so she can see the light.
it's an out of character thing, guys. I'm sorry. Roll20 is just being very laggy for me.
Maybe before we
wonder if
continue next week, I'll have to split this map in half.
Maybe.
And Keta pull back the bowstring as she's having the light out for them to look around and see if it makes an animal noise if she lets go of the bowstring. Covered in animals.
You're gonna-
She's not gonna shoot. She's just gonna kind of pull.
You're
back
gonna
the
dry
bowstring.
fire.
Yes.
Okay. That's really bad for bows. Just putting that out there.
Yes, it really is.
I will say, though, as you do, it just makes a thwong noise.
Just gonna move.
And time to roll a probability check to see if Keta thwaps herself. High or low, Keta?
Slow.
Alright, now I actually do have to get the dice out.
You dry fired, pay the consequence.
I mean, I kind of want her to thwap herself.
You hear you fire the bow, and then you hear a fuck. You're just like, huh. And then there's suddenly just a red line of pain on your arm.
Keta, did you just dry fire that bow?
No.
You could see the line. It straight up split through the cheap costume material that is the actual cloth around her wrists. And you could see the line from where it tore her shirt slightly from doing that.
Keta, what did I tell you about doing that?
You shouldn't.
You feel like that would have probably hurt you a lot more if you weren't wearing some form of padding on your arms.
I seem to recall it was a lot more forceful than shouldn't.
No, if I remember correctly, you got yelled at for cursing at me because I dry fired and I may have cut my arm.
To be fair, that's because your mother would have yelled at me anyways.
I think it was Dad who yelled at you that time.
It might have been. I don't.
They both yell, apparently.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rocks. There's a lot of rocks in this room.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be really anything other than that one coffin back there.
Wait.
I got a
I'm
tiny
gonna put
Careful
my friend down so she
playing
can
in the
spread the
light.
light.
Oh, there's a path up ahead.
There seems to be nothing but that one coffin behind, and Brimstone immediately just turns. Yeah, turns, swallowed up by the light. Just.
Hmm.
got another coffin.
Brimstone.
Hmm.
It sounded like you were gonna say something more about the book than just the one set of handwriting you recognized.
I recognize both of them. The other one's Bliss.
Ah.
Yeah. From
You
what I
still
can
have
tell-
yet to introduce us.
You guys didn't hear that because you're ahead.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I hung back on purpose so I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was just more making a joke of like yelling from around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pepper? I think we might need to bust open this thing, or is that a thing in the corner?
I don't know.
All right, guys, please don't talk over another person's scene.
Okay.
From what I can tell, I think it's one of his old spell books that he abandoned, and she just took over. It's easy to tell the difference, though. Old man doesn't mince words.
Straightforward and to the point.
Yeah.
You could show her the spellbook also if you'd wanted to.
Yeah, Brimstone will, but he's unsure of how much it'll actually go. How much is actually comprehensible to her, because usually this is completely incomprehensible to him.
Yeah, it's like opening up a physics textbook and looking at the formulas. Like it very much summons forth the gif of that one lady doing the math formulas around her head as you try to comprehend what's being presented to you.
Fair enough. Although I assume like at least the different handwriting styles are different enough that she could at least see that bit.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's very apparent, and also the fact that what is clearly his father's handwriting, it's these spells are, I mean, obviously you can't actually make spells take up less space due to mechanical reasons, but they are written in such a way to get to the point of how to make these effects occur as quickly as possible, whereas her writing is more about the idea behind what goes into each spell, and also some parts of it that actually do make sense to you are where she's like making detailed annotations on the effects of the spell and how it interacts with different things. It's like making notes of her study of how the magic is cast rather than just how to cast the magic.
Not only is I can tell difference between handwriting. You obviously are able to tell whose is whose by knowing them, but there's definitely different styles to it. Considering what Game Master was saying, I think the reason you were given this is just to fuck with you and therefore give him more entertainment.
Yeah, probably.
You'll turn around and Lee is currently like got his hand over a goose's mouth.
Lee, why are you torturing that poor goose?
It keeps screaming, I don't want to give away our position.
I'm not gonna question where the goose came from.
It keeps popping out of Game Master's mouth anytime he talks.
That makes sense.
I don't think we have to smash this coffin, guys. I can probably wiggle my way over.
Yeah, it seems like there's a coffin, and there might is that
It
is
looks
that a
like a
chest or a
shelf.
table?
It's a shelf. It's another one of those shelf of scrolls.
And there's a shelf there.
Does
I don't
anybody
see
think they could
anything
give me a
else.
Does anybody think they could give me a boost? I could probably wiggle around this coffin and get to the shelf.
Lee
He's
comes
still
in.
holding the goose.
And Lee comes in, his arms wrapped around a goose.
Where did you get that goose from?
It
Game
fell out
Master.
of Game Master's mouth.
You know what? I'll believe it.
Lee reaches over, grabs the zipper of the mouth, unzips it, and then starts shoving the goose back into its mouth.
You know, here's the times where I wish it was like my dad in some senses, because like he has like really open senses to weird shit. And it happened before I was born. He could just kind of sense shit. It's really cool. I don't know how to do it, but I know he can do it.
What do you mean? What do you mean he
like,
can sense things?
He can like know where undead are, and he like all like fiends, and of course they.
Knowing what fiends, undead, fae.
Yeah, it came with him like learning how to be a paladin.
I don't know what a paladin is, but I don't think any of those things are around us right now. You should get one of those weird skin tingling sensations going on. I don't think
Lee?
that's around us right now.
Lee?
No.
No.
So do you
Dude.
want a boost or not?
Yes, but we're talking then.
No.
So
Lee
I-
grabs you and lifts you up over the coffin. Or like to the top edge of the coffin.
I tried to kick, but ineffectually.
You like kick his helmet, it like spins around so it's on backwards now. I can't
Oh.
see.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't that be strapped in?
Fix the helmet, and then I hop onto the coffin and down.
Da Vinci, I don't think there's anything other than metal and pressure holding this on my body right now.
Okay.
You like Da Vinci, if you actually like look around at his armor, it's not properly made. It's not like leather straps that can be adjusted on his body. It's really like bands of metal keeping it on him.
It's all riveted together.
It's like how whenever you get like the costume armor, it seems to have like instead of like leather straps to hold it on, it just makes a colored piece of fabric that is the same color as the metal to hold the piece of armor on. Or just like a plastic clip.
Like he's looking around in the armor. Yeah. Are you feeling okay? Like, this looks like it hurts.
It's really hard to breathe, to be honest. Can you turn the helmet back around? I can't lift my shoulders up.
Oh, sure,
Turn
sure.
it
Let
back
me
around
just do
before she hopped down.
I didn't hear you say that. So for comedic effect, it didn't happen.
that. Sure. Yeah, let me just drink.
Thank you.
He's gonna hold up the bow and start looking around for a golden bull.
Alright. Over there, you find another shelf with scrolls on it. Not all of them looking as old as the previous room you went through.
Wait a second. And can't it easily pick one up and like not have it immediately crumble to dust in her hands?
The very outer edges of the scroll do, but the bulk of the paper does not.
And would it take her forever to unroll one?
It might break, but it won't crumble.
Alright, she's gonna quickly unroll one, kind of place the bow on her head.
You could also just set it on the ground. Or hang it off one of the pieces of the coffin.
Overhead lighting.
You see anything over there?
These scrolls are a lot newer than the other ones.
Some of them are, not all of them.
Some of them.
Is there anything else around the coffin?
Dirt. Rocks. Might be-
You can see behind. I'll just say you can see behind it, even if the map texture isn't letting it happen. There's nothing sitting behind the coffin.
Hmm.
You do actually feel something. It's
Kinda
weird.
something.
Like your voice is echoing. Since you're like a very like sound and musically orientated person, your voice is echoing weird in this room.
Wait a second.
The scroll you managed to unravel, by the way, it's still written in Abyssal, but luckily you can read that right now.
So convenient.
Yes. I actually did randomly pick a language from like a list of 4 that were possible ones. Anyways. The writing here appears to be a ledger of things coming in and out of the temple. Some of them are just denoted as sacrifice.
Really a person?
Yeah. And there's like pound ratings next to each one as well.
Does it seem, given that Keta has grown up in a bit of an industrious town, do these weights seem equated to like animal weights or like people weight?
It actually varies. Some of them are in the sort of 100 to 200 pound range, and then some go up to like 300 to 600 pounds.
Well,
There's like one you see on here that is just shy of 1,000,
he must have had to roll that motherfucker in here.
or it was a cow.
Or it was a cow. Very fat cow.
You also see some denotions of It's weird because it doesn't translate to common very well, but it's almost like waiting to be sacrificed, and then what would be in like parentheses prisoner.
Interesting.
But that's basically what that entire scroll consists of.
Keta will kind of just look. Apparently, they have various amounts of sacrifices that are brought in. Did I check? Something of a note before I ask about my next thing is my voice is echoing weird in here in this room. Might be the way it's designed, but I don't trust it.
Well, can Da Vinci squeeze past the coffin to this upper corner of the room?
You make a dexterity check and try it, yeah.
I help him, help pull him over.
He's not going to your corner of the room.
No, if she's over here, leaning over the coffin, helping him up onto it.
The coffin's almost 8 feet tall.
Huh.
There's a reason Lee had to lift you up onto it.
I am small.
You could try climbing over it as well.
I just wanted to offer to help.
The ones in the other room were bigger, so climbing over them was fairly impractical. 14. Unfortunately, with all of the jugs and stuff on your body, you can't quite squeeze through the gap.
Can he discard the jugs?
Every time you attempt to, they appear to be stitched into the clothing of the costume.
Darn it, why do I have all these jugs on me? Ugh.
No.
Do you want me
Take them off.
I was just thinking of squeezing past and giving a knock on the walls in case any of them were an illusion.
I could try over here first before you guys try to attempt to squeeze over. Because I'm already over here.
You can go ahead and try to squeeze past while she's knocking on walls over there, Morrigan.
Thank you.
It's still a dexterity check.
17.
And just again, those really thin clothes are helping you out.
I may not like it, but this outfit is proving advantageous.
Yeah, there's just nothing to get caught on something. It's the weirdest thing.
I'm not used to this. I don't like it, but I'm it's working.
Alright, so what you all knocking on?
Cat is gonna kind of reach around and start knocking on the walls to see if any kind of ring out hollow.
Alright, and you, Morgan?
That, but also just like feeling the walls, see if like anything moves.
Alright, both of you go ahead and make an investigation check.
10.
Alright.
Give me a second to scroll up. 15.
Alright then. Okay, so you both start knocking on walls and various surfaces, trying to determine if anything is not as it seems. Keta, you mostly just have the bookcase in front of you, which is more of a scroll case, but that's a different thing. You, like, knock around on it. Don't really seem to find any, like, false backing to it or anything. The coffin itself is made of such a thick stone that if you, like, tried to knock on it, you knock on stone. It doesn't, like, make a hollow sound.
If she were to like lean around the scroll case, could she use like the edge of her bow to knock on the wall?
You could, but it just results in, like, a solid knock. Morrigan, as you're, like, scanning around, you start knocking on the various walls. Eventually you do find, after a couple of minutes, you do find that the wall that is directly to your, basically the up of where your character is right now, it does not make like a solid thump. It like you can hear an echo behind it whenever you knock on it.
Okay.
So you get the sense that there's nothing behind that wall.
You found anything?
I think there might be a hollow bit over here. 'Cause, well, she just gives a more solid thud against the wall with the back of her hand.
Yeah, whenever she does that, or if you like tapped on it with the pommel of your short sword or something like that, it makes a very distinct wall.
I'd press it up against the wall panel. Might dislodge.
Okay. If
So I've read a lot of weird crime stories where like Virgos have like hidden places in their houses.
okay, well, if I disappear into the wall, it's your fault.
I can see you, so I know where you went.
Actually, you can't see her.
Even with the
Yeah,
light,
she's on the other side of this 8-foot tall sarcophagi.
I can at least hear you, and I know where the knocking is.
Yeah, everyone else can see her, but not you.
I'm gonna just hop up a little
We
bit.
can see her.
Alright, well,
I hate being short.
hey,
Go
welcome
ahead
to
and
my world, real life.
Go ahead and attempt a strength check, Morrigan.
Okay. Watch me fail horribly. 11, that's not terrible.
11, you start knocking around on it. You don't know if you are strong enough to push in it, but you do find the portion of the wall that definitely is hollow as you tap around on the wall. Like, you don't have quite enough, like, chutzpah behind your shove to get through the wall, but you know where the hole would be.
Well, I can't get it to move, but I found where it is.
Well, if you're talking, Keta, about, like, some of those cheesy crime novels with secret passages and such, maybe there's, I don't know, something on the sarcophagus that you push a button and it opens.
Or she just found the hole.
I will say, from Morrigan, from your previous investigation, it doesn't feel like a mechanism, it just feels like someone patched a hole in the wall.
It's literally a patch on the wall.
Okay, so I guess we need someone to get over to the other side and...
Tails your lead. They're strong.
hit. Will he even fit?
He can climb.
I can't put my arms over my head, Keta.
Can't you push yourself up?
He like steps over and looks at you through the gap.
Just the what
Wait,
do
if he
you
can't-
effing think look?
Wait, if his beard's coming out the visor, can he not see her? So is it just like a pointed
It-
face at her?
No, like when you open up the visor, his beard like puffed out the bottom of it. But you can't actually open the visor the full way because it's not meant to go on his size of head. It's like bent slightly.
Listen, if I don't know, okay, Failsy, do you think you're strong enough to push it?
Push what?
You just start hearing like a really loud metal scraping sound as Lee just starts sliding through this gap.
Sir, please stop that.
Monica's going
And
to step back.
somehow fits through
By gods, he did it.
as he managed to roll a 20 on his dexterity check.
Well, with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, he still would have passed. So you just hear this, and Keta, you're kind of getting afraid because the coffin actually slightly scoots forward towards you when he does it.
Don't squish me, don't squish me, don't squish me.
Like it only moves like an inch, but
She's
it's
still
that,
panicking because it's an 8-foot heavy fucking coffin.
yeah. And Morrigan, when he turns towards you to look at you, like the entire front of his armor just looks like it just got sandpaper took to it, and everyone else can see his backside where it just looks like sandpaper got took to the entire back of his armor.
Maybe you
I
missed
did
it.
it.
Yes,
did
you
it.
did. Yes, you did.
Maybe
Morgan
if you
will
scrape it
point
enough,
out.
it'll file away.
Morgan will point out where she found the panel that was patched over.
Alright. Here, step on my hand to get on top of the coffin. He like puts his hands down so you can like use them as a step ladder.
She will do so.
Alright. I don't want to potentially hit you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. I don't have good arm control right now.
Thus far. Do I need to roll a dex
Speaking-
check to...
No, with his assistance, you can make it up there just fine.
Okay, so I'll just put
Speaking
myself...
of which, Keta, come here. Let's get you out of that corner.
No, if Morgan can help me a bit easier.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
up here. I
just-
can just... If she reaches up, I should be able to grab her and pull her up.
Yeah, with
Okay,
both of
just-
you working together, you can get Keta up top.
I hug Morgan and I whisper in her, Lee makes a really hot night.
I'll take your word for it.
And I'm just gonna kind of steady myself up there and just watch this.
You watch as he's still in T position. He doesn't like wind up for a punch. He just turns his whole body and then really quickly turns it again. So he just smashes Game Master Shield face into the wall.
T-pose punch.
It's like trying to spin a top, but it just gets hit onto a wall. It like doesn't quite break through the first time, so he just winds up again and does it again and again and again, and eventually that wall crumbles away.
How's Game Master looking?
Oh, he looks fine. He was completely uninjured by the situation.
Kets will lean over and sleep on the top of the helmet. Hero.
Thank you.
How big is the hole you busted through?
If I did the dynamic lighting right, that should have just updated.
Oh.
There's another hole.
Do you wanna?
I'm gonna go punch that hole.
Okay. Be safe, darling.
No.
Please,
Uh,
Thundell.
Should we get at least one or two of us over there?
Too late, already punching.
Do you want to come up here with us, Dervinche? S3 could probably go over there.
Yeah, sure. Help.
Catch will offer her hand.
Morrigan as well. Alright, come
You
on,
rolled
get
much
you up
better.
here.
He rolled much better on the shrink check this time. So as you guys are filing over, you hear another stone crunching sound. I have done it.
Da Vinci will
Are
will
you?
hop on down.
I'm going to stand over here.
Have you done, darling?
There's not a wall anymore.
So,
Would
when did you get over
Brim-
here?
Yeah, Brimstone and Failsy, you would need to make checks, wouldn't you?
Probably. I haven't.
Keta would offer her help, at least for because he's skinny.
I will actually say you don't all need to go over here because it's not a huge area.
Keta, light!
I'm coming, don't worry. Don't sassy.
Get that. Nice.
Can you only have one source of light at a time?
Yes.
I should have given Brimstone a light cantrip.
Uh,
I didn't, though.
Hey.
so we got over here what looks like a storeroom with some boxes and crates and a chest.
Oh, and 2 rib cage and heads of dead minotaur.
Nice.
And some dead Minotaur skeletons.
Well, we better get digging.
Yeah, weirdly enough, it's only the rib cage and it's only like the torso, sans arms, and head.
And
Yes.
Kenta look at the rib cage and I'll see how long it's been kind of if it's like the same amount of decomposition as the other skeleton she saw.
I mean, without really making a check, you can tell it's about the same age. Like, old bones are old bones.
Da Vinci will take a look into this chest here.
I have a question. Would Minotaurs fall underneath my favorite enemy?
They are monstrosities.
I wanted to ask that when we realized what a Minotaur was.
Alright.
No, Dorince, something's seeming weird here.
What isn't?
I'll offer to help with the investigation.
Just upon base analysis, whoever wants to go in there, I'll forgo checks because you all can get up in there easily enough. But especially now that since Lee went through that gap, it's feasibly understandable that any of you could fit through it.
Send the tank through and we'll be fine.
Yeah, because him going through it actively widened the hole. But the scene in this room appears to be 2 Minotaur skeletons, sans the majority of their bodies, leaned up against the walls. Several smashed casks around them, and empty empty old pewter steins. The only things in the room that are not damaged in some way are a single crate on the far wall and then 2 chests, one smaller and one larger.
Do we want to check the crate first? And the chest?
I already said that Da Vinci is taking a look at this chest in the corner.
Kat is a little more cautious and she's gonna check if any of these are trapped.
Alright then. Javinche, go ahead and make an investigation check for the one you're blindly checking forward.
A 9.
You can't be too careful now.
Pull myself a little bit more kinky. Alright. You start to try to open that. You realize it's locked. And then you realize something else. It's kind of weird. Your like hand is stuck to the surface of it.
Uh,
Vinci, please tell me.
And we'll pick up next session as teeth open on its surface.
Yay!
to
For
be fair, in character, Da Vinci has never done any dungeon delving. He wouldn't know any of this crap.
Mimics
Yeah,
are also
well-
not that common in the Scattered Realms.
Yeah, we've
really-
never
really not
encountered one.
Cactus just
Most
almost
of the party wouldn't
to
know.
the point because she's almost died 3 times.
That's
No, it's
fair.
a mimic. She just thinks that you fell into like a glue trap.
Well,
And
yeah,
then-
Da Vinci
And
just
then the
first
teeth show up.
few minutes starts forming teeth and it's just, oh no.
I'm in danger.
All right,
Yeah,
but
I will say that's what like kept is like Da Vinci was about like you more so like you got caught in a glue trap, not like oh it's a mimic. Although technically aren't mimics monstrosities?
they are. But
Anyway,
they don't show up under any of the things you did.
anyways, we're
Well,
done.
no, I'm
So-
talking.
We'll discuss afterwards.
Yeah.
So we're done for the night. Does anyone have any outros they'd like to spew forth into the ether?
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Ash, do you have anything for the Sunday thing, or is that on hold for the time being?
The previous Sunday thing is on hold, though I will say me and Armor were talking about potentially starting to stream the other Sunday thing for the sake of keeping a log of it.
I
But
thought
that would be
we,
streamed on my channel.
I
That's,
didn't realize. I thought we were streaming last week.
Were we? Because I actually don't know.
You didn't stream it, so it wasn't streamed.
No one told me
did.
to, and I'm dumb.
And also, I had not completely decided on whether I was comfortable with it being streamed or not. That's still
That's why I
something
said
I'm-
we were talking about it.
That's still something under consideration. So we might have a Sunday stream using a completely different system called Ryutama, which has been very interesting. There's actually a number of things that I like about it that I would want to import to D&D.
Fair enough.
But so far it's just been some lighthearted traveling adventures, and still kind of trying to see where this goes. This is going to be my first time trying to actually have a non-written out for me campaign, which is honestly kind of terrifying.
It's daunting. It's a daunting experience.
Yes, hence why I'm a little unsure about it being streamed, but after some discussions, I might consider more on it. So far, I just want to run a few sessions first, start to get more of a feel of like running independent section to independent section.
Alrighty. Other than that, I don't have anything that would need to be announced.
Other than that, we're continuing the Thursday games for at least a little bit for Spooky Month.
Well, that's more Danny's thing to announce. She usually announces if we are going to do stuff. Interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel going forward after we finish up this, but definitely we are going to be finishing up this Halloween special that will hopefully only take a few parts, and then be able to get back to the main story.
Based on how it's going so far, I'm predicting 3.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking too. It's going to be like a 3-part thing, so one for each of the Thursdays leading up to Halloween.
Yes. Yes,
And then- and then-
Why?
And then no stream on Halloween because Halloween's on Saturday and I don't stream on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I need to pull out an appropriately spooky, a bitchily spooky scenario for the Sunday after Halloween.
Scary skeletons.
Well,
mean,
the
to be
Sunday
fair,
after Halloween is All Souls Day, so still appropriate.
And also, to be fair, Rintama is based around Japanese mythology and yokai. And there's literally a Japanese yokai that is a 50-foot tall skeleton.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
We could have the most ultimate spooky, scary skeleton dance.
Though we would need to go on a ship for that to be relevant, because those specifically hunt down ship captains.
What the fuck is that thing called?
We'll worry about all that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway.
everybody say goodnight.
Good night!
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.